All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's live. Good morning. We have already gone over the news. Surprisingly, even with all the FOMO and the breakout and everything, you're kind of staying chill. So be on the lookout for what we talked about the last couple of days, whether or not it moves fast or slow. But there was headlines about China willing to lower tariffs. There was headlines about China willing to lower tariffs on like certain medical goods and medical devices. And then Trump, I think there was, what did he say? He made one comment, but it wasn't as important. But really, I think we're going to hear a lot from China. And then earnings. The earnings wasn't there. There was news on India and Pakistan. We talked about that. I was telling you guys yesterday, but people kind of brought it up today, and then you're finally seeing that. So that being said, we're going to have a fun one here for Friday. But I hope you're living good. I hope you're locked in, but you're here right now. What is your first play? I'm going to be watching Google, GEHC, AbiVi, VREX, Intel, CEP, and TTD. Those are going to be my plays. What's yours? Long-term Tesla call. Watching this buy. TSLL, Tesla closing the gold short, selling NVIDIA. Never mind, it was me. 10% deposit. Omex, Palantir holding the calls. Watching PEP, TGT, Armor on. Intel beat by 1,200%. TTT good for the long term. Good morning, Gem Pop, MES levels. Google, VIX, FOMO calls. GLD, Intel, Palantir, Omex, Google, Meta, Intel all day. Tesla, Beto 21 call. GME, watching NVIDIA, close puts, calls on brother. LAC for the long term. Watching for AbiVi, long term. MSTR, TTD, in the final plays. You guys hear the gold moving around? Mara, DJT, NVIDIA calls, and AbiVi 210, baby. Let's go. I like it. So I'm just going to watch the medical device plays. So I don't know. That's where my head's at in the morning. Anything related to that China rumor. It might fade, and I'll take that risk, but that's probably what I'm going to be looking at. So we got 40 seconds. I don't think I have enough time to go potty. Is that Trump? What is this?
We're going to go. Anybody going? And it's going to be very
this is moments ago.
With a lot of the foreign leaders. They want to meet. Trade deals are going very well. I think Russia and Ukraine, I think they're coming along, we hope. Very fragile. And Iran, I think, is going very well. We'll see what happens. We're working on plenty of things.
All right, 20 seconds.
Because none of this stuff
Let's have a good one, baby.
This should have been taken place by Biden. It should have been fixed by Biden. But he couldn't do it, nor could he come close to doing. So, anyway, we're going to Rome to pay our respects. And
yeah, in this Rome meeting, again, people were talking about all the meetings that'll happen. Round one. Fight.
I don't want to comment on
this is a weird open. We've never had Trump talking.
Yeah. From Japan, I'm getting along very well with Japan. We're very close to a deal.
That is the president on his...
That was earlier. But all right, man. We have opened up. Jeez. Bro, some of these option chains already. AbiVi, yeah, AbiVi doesn't really move, so that earnings in the pre-run, that could end up being very good. Check surveys now. Tesla's running. So, yeah, those Tesla plays are back up to 60. I'm going to sell one. Maybe we'll just hold them. I already made them free. I just want my money. But, yeah, those Tesla plays are working very good now. Even some Babas. Oh, that's the Airbnb put. All right. CEP pop. Boeing. Yeah, I see CEP. Watch Boeing too again. And INDA. So we have not heard anything from India yet. No, I'm looking for, again, I like the medical plays, but the premiums are absolutely terrible. Yeah, I can't. This is crazy. Omex, I already got TMC. So we got TMC very early and we ghetto spreaded it. So we're getting paid to risk on any of those material plays. So we were going to get one yesterday, but I'm just not going to force them. I already have a great position. All right, I have a small cap medical. That's the only one. There's only one fucking play with low premium for medical. There's only one. Boo. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to bid. And then SPY going lower. Then you got Netflix on the high as well. So watch out for that. Yeah, I'm going to have to bid. Oh, there you go. They came down a little. Tesla, big drop. McDonald's. Dude, I'm just bidding right now. I'm trying to get these things, but it don't work, Habibi. All right, not bad. McDonald's up. GES. Oh, yeah, that one too. Again, see if we get any headline. Maybe towards the end of the day, if it is M&A related. USTR Greer says had a positive meeting with South Korea. Both sides agree to engage in technical talks next week. And then KKR. Oh, dude, I forgot about Google too. Because again, Google was up a lot more. I did not think about that. Did they crush it? Is Abivi still up? Did anybody play Abivi? Because you guys were saying that a lot in the morning. All right, kind of dancing around. We will wait. Puts are way more expensive. I got Boeing in the top right. I don't know why IonQ. And then Reddit, that one did not wake up. That would have been nice if it did. MSTR is kind of going crazy. Oh, can I get out of the washed one or no? Oh, you go. The one play I lost there was down 50. That play was down 90 yesterday. So you might be able to either get something out of it or make up your mind. Tesla, SPY still holding up. Your wire's hanging out. Oh, yeah. Sorry. My bad. My bad, bro. My bad. All right. IonQ. Watch Boeing. Watch Google, too. The premiums did get washed. I made a play on Google right now. I'm taking that one. Oh, the CEP is up a lot. 50%. Old Boeings came back. The last free ones. So we're still riding that. Oh, no way. What? Oh. Oh, I thought they were about to fill me on a dead one. I was like, I'll take it. All right, yeah, and then like I said, those MSTRs, that play I got washed on, but they are kind of coming back. I don't know if I want to. I don't think it's reliable. Oh, yeah, where's SoFi? You guys remember we sold out of those? And then the SPY calls at the bell. Oh, the SoFis you would have hit. Let's see the value. China names coming back. Again, watch crypto, Boeing breaking out. You're up about 0.3. Actually, we're not moving at all. Literally. Russell is down by 0.67, but everything else in line. There's JD. Oh, yeah, you would have made money on the SoFis. Oh, yeah. They would have won 1,000%. Tesla. And there's MSTR, DEC, Dash. Surprised TTD didn't go up more. It's been damn 10% yesterday. Lyft pop. It's kind of been going up all day. Remember, Uber had a very big day yesterday as well. And then again, MSTR getting volume. Even SoFi still going up. Then there's the SPY, CEP. Oh, yeah. It could be Michigan. Like I said, though, we're not moving big. But if everybody's expecting this consumer sentiment to cause a move, it's not going to do anything. So I don't know yet. Like I said last night, no expectations and just take it as it comes. And I think that's the best way. CEP. Oh, my platform's really laggy. Not as laggy as the day with everything else breaking, but yeah. And then again, those Teslas are up. You have some free decks as well. DJT pop in. Uber. Again, Lyft was just moving up there as well. Interesting, GE. Yeah, G's going up, and then Boeing. Boeing's already up 1.7. Now Baba and JD. Yo, China plays just woke up. Bigger pop on China. I was already watching JD go up. JD's still in the red. Yeah, watch China right now. And then even MSTR is up. All right, dude, those MSTRs, that loss has been... We got some of it back, but you got to decide because that play was dead. And TGR, Meta's on the low. And then Googly. Tesla's on the high. All right, you got a lot of things moving around. It's weird. Dow and Russell are still in the red. Spread's crazy on Bob. I haven't seen Abiva yet. So they kind of chilled. And honestly, no crazy post-earnings movers yet. So again, China, crypto, Tesla. You got a lot of random poppers here. Yeah, Teslas are up almost 100% now. Remember, they did nothing yesterday. That was the contract I showed you. I was like, bro, they did absolutely nothing. Oh, where's NVIDIA? No one said anything about that. NVIDIA's near the high, SPY near the high, Broadcom. Yeah, honestly, decent volume, and then they're going up. TTD, Google hasn't moved. I mean, the communication stocks have been like that. I think Verizon had a big drop, and then they kind of chilled, and then AT&T went down a little bit and then rocketed. VRT, they had news or something earlier, and then Vistra. About China. Well, we heard this stuff about the post office last night, and then everyone's been going back and forth with the comments from yesterday. No, Whirlpool. Oh, pizza. Come on, pizza. SXT. Oh, where's TXN? Mobileye halted. I haven't seen Intel. Intel is Zillow popping. And then again, SPY just hit a high. You're chilling here. VWAP. That CEP is just still going. Oh, no. Damn. I just can't even tell how up it is. I was like 40%, and it was just up 60. Boy, let him go. Let him go. MP. Okay, there's Google, so that one's not working. I like the premiums already washed, though. But literally, this is what I was telling you guys last night. Remember, I was like, dude, Google does not move 10% for earnings. VWAP is volume-weighted average price. That's that red line right here. All right. Okay, you're going down. Remember, everything is red except SPY and NASDAQ, but if they come down here, they're about to flip red too. I don't think we've flushed the big level yet. So if you guys remember, this line right here, that's where we've sold every single time. Many times, even in the past. So see how it plays out here, but you're about, what, 40 points away? 30 points away? Where is gold? Okay, SPY still holding VWAP, though. I mean, we're generally moving slower. So remember, that was the risk we talked about the other day. And then yesterday kind of built into a bigger day. But once again, you're, 15 minutes in, barely have moved from the open. And then it's all within like a 0.25%. Russell's pretty bad. Dollar. Okay, SPY going a little lower. I know Boeing is. Boeing's been holding up great. Because, again, I don't know if we're going to hear from India today, but would be nice. Would be nice. Tesla. Everybody's waiting. Kind of. I mean, just remember, though, the thing, we talked about it last night, the thing that kind of sucks about this market is that we've just moved a lot off of really like no crazy developments. Abivi executive passing on tariff impact to customers, not a viable source for mitigation. Again, Tesla keeps holding, and then Bank of America on the high and Capital One. I've seen like 3 different banks. XLF is red, but yeah, banks are starting to go up. And then you got GLD. VIX is green. So SPY just went red. NASDAQ, only one hanging on right now. But still very small for now. Just be aware if we kind of just developed how we did yesterday, where small moves kind of just compounds hour after hour. But it's still very, very early. Good. All right. That's Zoom, Zillow, Palantir now again. Woo! Actually, Palantir, $1 pop. Literally. And then gold's moving up, and then Carvana. Yo, all these little risk-on plays just got fucking volume. What that? Yo, Carvana. Something's happening. I don't know what, but literally all these risk-on ass plays are moving out of nowhere. And Apple now. Yeah, so you just got a candle. Very odd. The index move is really small. And then there's MSTR. All right, bro. Dude, that play's going to come back. I thought that was going to be one of my losers. Fucking insane. Now, Boeing's really ripping. Apple. Do you guys not see this? This is hella weird, bro. So you got literally a couple risk-on plays are just pulling right now. And then the index is going down. I don't know. Is oil down or something? Yeah, very weird. No, because you got some names like really running right now, but then the others are kind of not so much. I don't know if it's a flight to safety as much. Let's see. I mean, it is a Friday. No, gold's still red. No. Even the yen's getting clawed. I don't know what this is. So again, I mean, this is what sucks when we don't really run on, real tangible stuff. But yeah, I don't think that, and we haven't really got a development. I do think we might get some rumors today, but yeah, that was just some weird risk on. It could be some Friday shit, to be honest. SoFi, I know I whiffed that. It was good though. I sold one set near 1,000% the other day, but yeah, I would have made another bag. Boeing. Okay, you're going lower now. SPY has finally gone red, and the NASDAQ. No, Pepsi, I think Pepsi lost the Costco partnership. So I think that's why they're getting outsized pain. And then where's the other one? Okay, Bitcoin and MSTR are still holding. I think that's quite fascinating. Carvana. Apple, we heard that, but dude, these risk-on plays are moving, man. Canadian Prime Minister Carney says he has not looked directly at moving federal luxury tax. $25% Pharma on drug would cost U.S. $51 billion annually, commissioned by U.S. Industry Trade Group. Pharma tariffs would raise prices as much as 12% if fully passed on. Reuters. That's coming out now. Pharma tariffs would increase U.S. production costs, reduce competitiveness, exports. Report. So just some pharma report on why they shouldn't do it. Oh, no. Oh, it's here. Oh, dude, that peach been making you a lot of money, bro. Bradley Frizzle and the peach. And Boeing. Oh, my goodness. Horn. Mom. Peach Nation, get your ass up. Your leader, the leader of Peach Nation has arrived. Hi, man. MP. Yo, MP. BA. I already have my BA calls. I did it yesterday, though, and then I sold it early, but it's like, dude, if I just held the Bradley Frizzle Boeing, oh, my goodness. How you feeling, Bradley Frizzle? How's it Friday? You excited for Friday? Something happened to IonQ. Someone said it got halted or there was some NASDAQ issue. And then Google flushing, so that's going to be a whiff probably. The premiums didn't die that much. So I'm down 20%, but I thought it would be more. So, and then SPY moving. 15. Yeah, so be careful. Oh, yes, you're right. You do have data in 10 minutes. So, yeah, and then you're already like right at the cusp of break even. Bonds are coming up, but then you're getting this Pharma report. Oh, IonQ is a $22 million deal. So that's why it's halted, not an issue. Yeah, the Apple news was in the morning. SQQQ. VIX has been up all day. Again, Boeing got the peach. He's not reacting. And just watch some of the risk on. Like I said, some of those just randomly went up. Okay, Tesla's starting to come down now. Apple News was moving production. I think by next year they'll have most iPhone production in India and the U.S. Yeah, Wise Core Weave. You're right. Yo, Core Weave. Ew, be careful with those options. They look, yeah, Core Weave's moving, but the chain on the short term is not pretty. India working on measures. You got an India headline. Yeah, Core Weaves, they all did the same thing. I had C1. They're all going to be up 50. Yeah, it's hella weird. So yeah, just watch the next week plays on that one. That's what I'm saying. But they're all the same. You can't like scam it. It's like the ones that go like 40, 50 cents and then lower. They're all just literally the same. If you guys remember gas. India working on measures that not even a drop of water goes to Pakistan. Yeah, that's terrible. That's very escalatory. Yeah, good call on that Core Weave. Let me see what it is. I don't know what it is. That's why it's weird. The premiums are all moving, but there's not like a reason on it. Well, it's up 5% now. Jeez. All right. And then get ready. 5 minutes. We do get data. In tech. No, I don't see it yet. Okay, Boeing fine. And then look at bonds. Bonds are catching a bid. Morgan Stanley cuts P&G price target. Pepsi, I like it, yeah. I think they're still a little up there. I mean, I don't think you could compare it to Papa John's, and that's good, because this is a major conglomerate. But yeah, dude, you're down 5 years. I have no complaints with it. It's still a little higher, but yeah. I have Coca-Cola, but it's already Coca-Cola's up. So if you could get Pepsi, I mean, either Coca-Cola is going to come down or Pepsi might catch up to them eventually once they get back on track. Any price rate. Do you guys not see it? So, I'm glad Robert brought it up because this looks like exactly what I would be looking for. Does it not? Think about it. It's a name you all know. Pepsi, for crying out loud. It's not high on the year. It's down on the multi. You're going 5 years back in time. You know what I'm saying? 6 years back in time. Get a little dividend, and it's not going anywhere. So it may not be you're not buying deep value, but then again, this is you could anchor around Pepsi if you really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? The consumer is weak, but the consumer will be alive for 10 years, God willing. But, that's all we're talking about. For long term, that would make this makes sense. Yeah, this is more like an anchor high quality one where there's still a little bit of premium. They're doing bad. Maybe they do worse. But at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, this is Pepsi. What are we talking about? Pepsi. It's a very, very big brand. It's not going anywhere. So I have Coca-Cola. I'm up 50% on Coca-Cola in the long term. But so you mean to tell me you could get a similar exposure now? 4% yield? Oh. They're doing bad because of many things. Consumer, people getting worried, tariffs, recently they're underperforming even heavier right now in the last 48 hours because they lost the Costco deal. Plant on the high. Bro, MSTR? Yeah, some of these are still holding. And Core Weave, the premiums are just moving around. Like the spreads. It's doing that spread thing yesterday. Y'all gonna make me use another deposit? I might. I just might, bro. But no, that's a good anchor. Did I make a WhatsApp group? No, it's probably a fake one or somebody trying to diddy you into taking your money. So be careful. Spoiatelo. Let me check Whirlpool. You know what I was looking at? I wanted to see Jack in a Box. Because I was like, why did Jack in a Box cut their dividend? But yeah, they didn't. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What? Yeah. So Whirlpool didn't cut the dividend. But do you want me to tell you this? Oh yeah, hold on. You got 1 minute. So get ready. I would load up stuff or not, but just I'd wait like 3 minutes. So I don't know if the initial move will be the real big one, but be on the lookout for I think after a couple minutes we'll know whether or not it's like market's going to trip or not. But yeah, so 1 year estimate, 6.7, 5 years at 4.4. But any minute now, 20 or any second now. Three, 2, 1. Burp. And we're off. 5.65. It came in lower. Nice. Well. The liberals it's low. The overall sentiment was low, but it was better than expected. So it came in at 59.8 versus 56. I honestly think they might like it, bro. It's good. That's it. So again, if the market and a lot of other things, but it's good. So it wasn't as bad as expected. So I don't know if it's going to be a major market move, though. Are you listening? I just don't think you're going to get a freak out. Bonds are moving big. I don't know if it's going to rocket us up 1%, but it's good. That's it. Just in the sense that it's still at the high bad numbers, but this is the first one. It didn't get worse. But it is just the final reading, so there is a caveat to that. So there you go. Yeah, bro, Palantir and RTX, all these defense stocks. And then there's Apple now, too. Ta-da. Then you got MSTR. All right, give it a sec. If you get to the top end, this might be it. But if it hits the top end and sells off, just be careful. It could be a pump fake. But generally, I even think could have been worse. Vibe just hit the soft data. You tell me. But yeah, at least it wasn't bad. But like I said, we had to keep expectations low for this one. Yeah, I mean, watch if it brings up the dollar. But if the dollar weakens, that's a different story. Yeah, the Whirlpool. So Whirlpool's payout ratio right now is 5,000. So 5,000% is what they're paying of their earnings. to dividends because they're running a negative right now. That's why. So Jack in the Box ran a negative for 3 quarters, and then they cut the dividend. So they had one where they did it for like 1, but now this one. That's why I said let me wait till my program populates it, and then I'll see where it's at. But yeah, well, it's not sustainable on the numbers, but if this really is like if it's just a one-time thing, and they go back to normal, I'm not worried about it. But if they stay this elevated for like 3 quarters, they're probably going to cut it. So in the University of Michigan, after April 9th tariff pause, inflation expectations ebbed but remain substantially elevated. Cool. But look, this is what I was saying here. Watch after this first couple minutes, though. It may not give you the like crazy move you're looking for, Tesla and Bilbo still holding. Okay. Well, not bad, but I don't know. We're still moving very small. That is our problem. Rumble news. Rumble. One big initiative, take Rumble global and expand footprint. Well, Rumble's popping. CEO saying something. Be careful with that one. Yeah. Uber, TEM, then Tesla. And then, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. Real Coat News on Twitter. And then Chad. Oh, I should tell you guys right now. Or no, I won't. I'll save it. I'm going to put it in the bank. Let's put it in the bank. But I love you, Chad. God bless America.
I will also add here that earlier today, a Chinese Ministry of Commerce spokesperson also said in a statement translated by CNBC that, quote, at present, there are absolutely no negotiations on the economy and trade between China and the U.S. So as you heard the president say there, he says very close to a deal with Japan. We've also heard officials this week talking about India and South Korea as well. But China, of course, being the biggest one on the table here. And so far, we can't even settle whether or not the two leaders are yet in touch. At the moment, it appears that they're not yet talking. Guys.
Yeah, I mean, Megan, again, we're all trying to sort of understand and read. Having read the transcript myself, but obviously I'll defer to you. Maybe you're getting some sense from the White House as well. The way he answered that question and then what you just heard indicates, yeah, he's talked to him, but not recently. I think that may be the fair assumption, although we may not obviously ever know completely.
We're all doing the same thing here by reading the tea leaves and from talking to officials. I mean, it does seem that while they are saying now that talks have taken place, we've been told that at the leadership level, it hasn't yet happened. I was in the room earlier this week with Secretary Scott Bessent. He was asked point blank whether there was yet conversation happening between the U.S. and China. He said very clearly, not yet. And then he also did say that de-escalation has to happen first, and that at the lower level, so below the presidential level, that could be where the talks happen to get to that de-escalation. His view, though, was that those lower level talks have to happen, then perhaps the tariffs would have to fall at least somewhat from below where they are now at 145 and 125. And only then could the president start talking. So maybe that's what has to happen first. For now, there's just a lot of talk, talking around what's happening with these two presidents. Sarah?
Yeah, but it's better to be talking about talking than not talking about talking, which is where we were earlier when we were just putting higher and higher tariffs on each other,
yeah,
I guess.
Right. Megan, I'm sorry, just come back to the time thing. I mean, he said he's made 200 deals. 100%. You've made 200 deals, 100%. Can you share them? And then we don't know. Can you give us any clarity on what that might mean?
I can't say what exactly the president means when he's made those deals. I think if they had trade deals, they would be saying them. We're getting regular readouts from the Treasury and from the trade rep about their meetings. We know that they're talking about talking, like Sarah said. We know that with some countries, they're starting to get close to agreement on framework of a deal. And so it just means that they're not there yet. I would also emphasize, Actual firm trade deals often take years and years, always take years and years to negotiate. I covered the USMCA for 3 years in the first term before that one was finalized. So none of these will be formal trade deals by the time they're finished. But Secretary Bessent said earlier this week that memoranda of understanding would be okay. They have agreements in principle, then they can implement them. But as of now, we don't even have agreements in principle with any countries, let alone 200 countries at this point.
But it is moving forward. I think that's maybe what investors are.
Bro, they wait till I go pee.
Yeah,
bro, there's a rumor right now with
Exactly.
Greer.
That's the big
Constantly
part of this. Often they
engaged
have
with
to-
Japan,
usually they have to
substantive.
alert
It's the
Congress
same
that
shit,
formal
bro.
trade negotiations are
So this is
happening. I've been
consumer
talking to
sentiment
Hillary.
and just
They have
more
not gotten that
old
heads up.
it's
a very
old
formal
news, bro.
process. Then it gets passed
It's
to
just the
Congress.
same
That's
thing
for a
Greer said in the
full-fledged
morning,
trade
but
deal.
now
The reason that
people are
matters is
reacting
those
because
trade
of
deals
the
are
data.
much more enforceable. They're written out in text. Every side knows what they've agreed to. That's not what's happening here. They're agreeing to something more in principle. That's more.
IONQ, yeah, they got a
harder
deal.
to enforce in a
I was
way,
wrong on that
but
earlier.
It would be progress.
So, yeah,
And
it's
as long
unhalted
as it's
now.
something that would get tariffs removed, that's what matters to the White House. That's what matters to investors as well. But we're not even at that stage just yet.
But on that note, Megan, sorry to just the China deal that we did under the first Trump administration, where they, for instance, agreed to buy a lot of agricultural products that ultimately I don't think they followed through on. What was that?
Exactly. That was what was called at the time a phase one China deal. As a trade reporter at the time, I was one of many pointing out it was going to be hard to enforce, that it didn't address a lot of the forced technology transfers or larger issues that the whole first term China trade war had been based on. But the White House said that's why it's a phase one deal. We're going to move forward. Obviously, then COVID hit. Then the president was out of office, but even the phase one aspects were never followed through on. So that's, I think, a cautionary tale here. That's why a lot of folks, especially in Congress, who say we need to follow the formal process, that's sort of, they use that as a warning sign. Look what happened with China in the first term. So it will be a good thing when we get some sort of agreement, because tariffs could at least be on pause for longer, if not removed. But it doesn't mean necessarily that all the things they agree to are going to come to fruition.
Okay, Megan Casella. Megan, thank you. David, you asked why I'm optimistic. You know, I just came back from a whole week at the IMF World Bank meetings where it was all finance ministers and central bankers. And when I went into the week, I thought, okay, it's going to be doom and gloom. This is a panel I did yesterday with finance ministers, UK, Germany, Argentina. I thought it was going to be doom and gloom. You know, we're just going to have to deal with the tariffs. The U.S. is crazy. You know, we're going to try to figure out what Trump wants. I was pleasantly surprised. There was not a lot of that. There was a lot of, we know what we have to do. We'll bring concessions to the U.S. We'll get this deal done. But you know what countries are doing? They're using it as a wake-up call, and they're fixing their own economies. You know, Germany's doing this spending on infrastructure and defense. The UK, I was there with Rachel Reeves, who's the Chancellor of the
Exchequer. I need to get a carbo.
She actually has
I was just flipping the shit out of
Treasury
IONQ.
Secretary today about trade.
I just got all those 1 cent plays.
About what her
I
expectations
stream
are for
alerted
that
it, but
meeting.
yeah.
Here's what she said.
Let me go get my carbo now. I got my bag.
I think there is a deal to be
I got
done.
some free ones, too.
We recognise, though, that both sides need to play their part, and we would also look to make it easier for US companies to export to the UK. We think that's in both our interests. But beyond the tariffs, I know that is the issue of the moment, but beyond that, there's so much more that the UK and US can do together. On technology, for example.
And she talked about, you know, the services back and forth and how that's such an important part of the conversation as well. They're probably hoping that the pharma tariffs don't go through, because that would affect a lot of the exports from the UK to the US. But UK is in good shape because we actually don't really have a big trade deficit. It's kind of a balanced
They didn't get
trade
hit
situation.
very hard reciprocal.
Well, they get a 10%, and you know, they also have to
10%.
10%,
Yeah.
but they get, you know, the steel and
After
aluminum,
denying
potentially
under the
autos as
surface,
well,
high-ranking
you know, would factor
visits
in there.
U.S. Treasury in
Steel and
person.
aluminum
No, that's not it.
coming from there to
Yeah.
here?
So that's a BS rumor. I knew about that one in the morning. It's because there is somebody in China meeting Bessent, but they're going to try to tell you it's a trade deal. It's not. It's a meet and greet. It's like, because Bessent didn't meet everybody when he was first put into office. So he said he'll meet them when they do it. It's not a trade deal. But I wouldn't be surprised if they try to say it's a trade deal. But yeah, that's what you got to be careful for. Yeah, I'm going to sell one of the Teslas. I was going to sell them earlier. Now they're up 200%. So I'm going to sell one more. We already made them free. That was the one from post earnings. So I sold one of them. That's how you do it, baby. Yeah, you could take them as it runs. That's why I was gonna sell out early on that one. I made it free early, but once I was like, all right, I'll just wait though, because if you held it through yesterday, I mean, there you go. Bitcoin, dude, those MSTRs. That play was bad, but then it's like coming up, and now it's like kind of holding. It wants to go back to green though. But if this stops, we're fucked. TLT, okay, IonQ went down again. I just played the 1 cent plays. That's it. Boom. Well, you're back up to open. So data and then like weird rumor shit. Again, people talking Greer and the China stuff, but pretty much data wasn't as bad. Then you're hearing more about trade, and then not to mention, I mean, this is the best week since any decline, and you've been running up on not too much info. So, yeah, it's decent, but Russell's still red, Dow is still red, and you ain't move out of 0.5%, big dog. You called what out at 27? You picked up, you bought shares, bro. Why would I ban you? Again, you've called out, you said I bought 100 shares at 27. My brother, you are entitled to whatever you want, you know? That's amen, bro. The Chad facts did not dishonor you. The Chad fact shows you a real one, baby. You're 26. What should you do in the next 4 years? Try to make as much money as possible and save it and don't lose it and don't develop any weird negative habits that'll affect your money, gambling, hoes, or anything in between, and aim to buy a house, if not multiple. And you do that, you'll be living good by 30, brother. All right. You just post it. That's it. Yeah. So Homeboy in the morning was like, I think GameStop, he said he thinks Roaring Kitty is going to do something. So he said, I bought 100 shares at $27. That's it. If you buy an option, post the strike price, what you bought, what you paid. You buy shares. I bought these many shares. I bought it. That's it. Super simple. Bro, those Tessies. Is that free deck? Oh, what's this? Yo. Consumers continue to sour on the economy. Yo, I got a glitch on the wire. Look. Wall Street Journal is going to come out with something, and it's going to be important, but it's a glitch. Do you see this? Consumers if you know coding, that means, they got rid of it. Yeah, you saw that. I just showed so something, I don't know. It could have just been an error, or they're going to come out with another one. Why is it a glitch? Because it had a computer code in it. Yeah, line break. Yeah. So I don't know if they had something in there. Big all of crypto. Look at this right now. NVO. Do you buy houses in any states? I mean, yeah. But for your first one, you want a house that you're there, and don't buy land as your first property. You know, I've tried to tell people this, and it's an alluring appeal. But if you don't really have experience with real estate, like really good experience, don't buy land. And then try not to buy your first house. You want to be near it. I know IonQ did dump, bro. It might come back up, though. These are just the random hype plays, but I already got my shit free. I got more than I made sure I cashed out a little bit more. Okay, you're kind of chilling. Back and forth trade negotiations, reporting that high ranking visited. Yeah, that's true, but it's not what you think it is. But then again, I can't stop the media from running with it. I'm just telling you what the info is, though, because I heard this in the morning and I know about it, but it was under the context that Besant was just meeting his peer. They were not there it was a greeting, but it's not there to discuss trade. Because remember, everyone's going to Rome, and there's a lot of these like global things about to happen. And then remember, Bessent came in, but he didn't meet everybody once he was confirmed. Oh, my hot take on Trump 2028. I saw that. So if you go to the Trump website, I don't know how often you visit that. Not the White House, but they have Trump 2028 hats for sale. So look, I bet you this might be that China rumor. I've heard it 3 times now get reiterated, and you're moving big. So you might get a pop off of it, but if it fades, once you find out the real details that I just told you, that's it. But you're surprised that was a decent candle. See if it keeps holding. But they said Trump 2028 hats are for sale. It literally says Trump 2028, implying that he would be running for another term, right? Trump announces signing a ban on congressional stock trading? I don't see that, but that would be amazing. Yeah, but you don't get it? I think he could go for VP, but I think they're going to try to market it, piss everybody off, and then he's just going to pass the torch to, I think it's just marketing for J.D. Vance, to be honest. But I don't support a third term. You guys got me fucked up. But yeah, so if it's J.D. Vance, I could see that, and I see it as marketing for J.D., but yeah, I am not in support of a third term. I don't know if we should make that clear now, but yeah, I'm not. That's not the Constitution, brother. He can be vice president, yes. That is legal. Snap. Anything, what's it called, related to the ad spend. Has that ever happened before, a third term? I think there has, where somebody died and then they had to like replace it, or we've had weird stuff in American history, but you've never had like a full-blown third term. Yeah, FDR. But it hasn't been like a voted in and changed the Constitution type thing. Tag me on Twitter. All right, stocks going down now. Like I said, this was a mix of, I don't like the trade rumor, and I'm telling you that clearly, but this was a mix of the consumer sentiment and some of that vibe. And then coin again. Coin, MSTR, they're all going nuts. All right, pulling back a little. Well, but it's still holding VWAP. Again, SPY's red. Only thing up is NASDAQ and then the Russell and everything else. Tesla's still going. Roku waking up now. Yeah, dude. Tesla's plays are up, are about to go 300. That didn't hit. What was the other one? VERN, I think. Okay, SPY going down now. Below the VWAP. It's actually holding. You got Bank of England Greer. Where's the other one? Apple. Okay, yeah, it started to get big, bro. You're about to go right back and give it all up. So I think that got confusing there with people saying the rumors and then the other, the consumer sentiment. But I thought it would just give it like 3 minutes. But yeah, you popped and came right back down. Whoop. I think you might get, I said we might have a rumor day today. And then even that Wall Street Journal thing. But look, you just dumped heavy now. Why are we tanking? I cannot tell you. So I think it may just maybe, unless people were over-gassed up on that rumor. I doubt it. I don't think they were. But if everybody bought the little treasury thing and then maybe realizing it's not there. Other than that, though, I was saying be cautious on the consumer sentiment. But that lasted longer, so it's weird. Those Coca-Colas came back. Yeah, the MSTRs got washed down. Okay, bigger candles. Bonds not moving, though. Look, notice, SPY lower than the data. The bonds is in the same range as the data. PBOX headline or PBOC? Well, just get ready for it. In the sense that, like we talked yesterday, we talked about the slow day. Started off slow, and then it got big. But notice, with all of this, the data, anything else in between, we are literally like, this isn't moved more than 0.5%. I guess the Dow or Russell, those are getting a little worse. Yeah, Tesla's still there. Okay, watch bonds go. Is that NVO? Yeah, I just saw them on the high. And then Nvidia is still green. Apple. It is feeling choppy. I mean, just yesterday, though, you saw it was very slow. And then it kind of just compounded into a 2% day. So if we get that, that'll be nice. But at the end of the day, if it's not, you're going to get, they're going to rake them chips in. Well, the MSTR is because they're dailies. That's why I was like, bro, those are dead. So if they come back, but we still got a couple more hours. Already 10:30, though. The first hour. Where's the volume, man? Watch out. You're coming back lower, though. So be careful if this turns into one way. Volume 12 million, just slightly above average. SXTC. We saw this other day. It's a China Pharma company. I don't know. Tesla's doing really good. But remember, yesterday didn't do anything. MC. Yeah, nobody stand tough. BlackRock, yeah. So that's what somebody said it this morning too, and it made a lot of sense. I wouldn't believe BlackRock on any of their European shit. I.e., they keep saying they like it, but they're just hedging. I didn't really think about it. Somebody brought it up this morning. I forgot what bank they were with. Well, they were just talking about how a lot of this like Europe stuff, that's why I said watch the euro for even the gold trade. But they're just saying this is a hedge. You know, U.S. equities were still so higher up. They were down. It's like, yeah, it meets the theme of sell America, but I don't think they really believe it. I think everyone's just hedging. No Trump today? I don't know. Is he traveling? And then UPXI, whatever that is. Where's Baba in China? Those are holding up. So you got a couple names still green. Actually, let me get you guys a checkup. You are going lower, though. Yeah, he's traveling to Rome. I mean, I think his plane has Wi-Fi. I don't know. So they could go live, but still. Again, you're near the other low of the day. NASDAQ is already back to the red. Are you guys ready for this? Dow Jones, only 3 names green. Literally CRM, Boeing, and NVIDIA. The other 27 are in the red. Not bad. NASDAQ 100, 29 in the green, 73 in the red. So 70% of the NASDAQ is in the red. And then, SPY, 76 green, 426 in the red. So again, everything did have a strong close, but you have almost every name down right now. Or you have a majority of names to the downside and then to the upside. Well, Tesla's been beaten, and then yesterday didn't do anything, so it's kind of getting its own. And then gold is still down too, bro, and the safe havens. So I don't know, you're just either getting a little bit of relief from yesterday or everyone's kind of still jittery. But, like, you're not even getting a clear signal. Like, you're not buying havens. There's no, like, currency shit. This is all, I think bonds are the only one with green, and yeah. They're chilling, but then bonds are still underperforming. They're trying to break out, but yeah. Crypto all day has been on fire, yeah. But it's small, you guys. That's what sucks. It just felt aggressive, or I think you're just at the high from yesterday. So a lot of emotions, but dude, these are tiny moves. This is more of what I was looking for yesterday, or what I was scared of. Because like I'm saying, this could just whoop. Oh, I didn't see the congressional. I didn't see it on my other wire, but someone said they tagged me on Twitter. Let me check. Yeah, 14, he would sign a congressional one. Oh, was it in the Time interview? Maybe we have to watch it. Dude, Tesla again? And MSTR, bro? The 100 days? Nah. I think the rollout was botched. And I think Trump envisioned a way different 100 days. I think a lot of people did. But yeah, I don't know if, but that's not bad in the sense of, I genuinely don't think people are comprehending how long 4 years really is. Do y'all feel me on that? Because that's what I was thinking about the other day. Even with our long term, bro. Because I'm like, if this has only been 100 days, like, we got a couple hundred more, bro. Yeah, so look, do you guys see what's happening? So if this, it was nice when we were above it, but if we come back down here, I'd watch this level right here. The 5447 or whatever, 444. Because every time we have sold it off, or if we come down to it and bounce, that could be good. But other than that, I mean, it's doing it slow, so you don't need to overreact. But just like yesterday, the way we slowly moved up to the upside, you got to watch out if we slowly move to the downside. Yeah, they flushed core weave too. I think it was running. I know a lot. Every single runner faded, except for Tesla and MSTR. All they did was pause if they didn't go down. But some of these like major poppers just flipped. And then there is Tesla. This is odd. I told man, I think like Tesla bothered a lot of people this week because they had a terrible ass earnings and then just rocketed up. Yeah, that's nuts. And then even on a day like today, just 5% on their head for no reason. I mean, there was Robotaxi news yesterday and it did nothing. It was down a lot. That was the thing. They did also get unfairly punished on the way down. But then again, I thought they were going to be the best stock of the year at the beginning of the year. So it's just been a lot of drama. Yeah, 300% on those plays now. Jeez. Only got one left. DQ, is that China? Yeah. Energy, that's moving up. Again, Vale, even MSTR a little bit, but Tesla is really that's the golden child right now. I did see that one, yeah. I've seen there was another one, I think. There was like one of those on the cop channels I watch, and it was like the body cam footage of a Waymo. Yo, Boeing. What the Bradley Frizzle? Boeing on the low. Bro, Tesla just moved up another $4, dude. What? What? What the frizzle? All right, SPY's getting back to where consumer sentiment came out. Again, NASDAQ's back to green. Actually, low-key, tech is getting an outsized move, but I think it's just Tesla. Again, they've got a couple of green names, but yeah. Verizon on the low. Hope is on the low. That's not good. You guys should be hopeful. Verizon is selling. All right. Dude, Tesla's, yeah, that's it. It's up 330. Now the contracts are going way more. Now it's up 330. So they moved nothing. Yes, isn't that? And like I'm saying, yesterday they did nothing. I remember showing you guys this. I was like, look, that contract is just holding. And then today it just literally goes up 300, almost 400%. The contracts are going way mo. Oh, okay. On seabed mining? I don't know about it, to be honest with you. I wish I did, but I just played the play TMC, but I don't know about it. I'm not into deep sea mining. Yeah, IonQ. I have one set left, but I just took my profit on them. It's only down 1%, though. So, yeah, this one was just hyped and halted. And then SAP on the high. That was a fluke. You think Caroline Levitt is going live on a C-SPAN event? I see Sean Diddy Combs pretrial hearing. No? And then what's her name? Caroline. Caroline, leave it. Holy shit, bro. Caroline Levitt has a YouTube channel. I don't think I found her YouTube channel. Yeah, bro, she was making videos like me before she got to the White House. What the fuck? Shout out Caroline, baby. Yeah. This is her YouTube. I need to subscribe. There you go. Turn on the bell. But I don't see the C-SPAN. Oh, wait. No. I do. I got it. Axios. Terrible audio.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We do a surround sound effect. Republicans, Democrats, consumers, voters who care about particular issues. We figure out how to thread the message so that
Caroline's at this event
at the same time and appreciate it.
She's not on this one right now, but there's an Axios event in D.C. and she's there. Meta and Booz Allen partner on Space Llama. Ooh, like Llama 3?
Afternoon, who reaffirmed to me their commitment to their foundry business, but Citi disagrees with this strategy, suggesting Intel should exit foundry entirely due to its negative impact on margins. And then adding to these concerns, UBS highlights Intel's
Spy back to VWAP, Tesla, and NVIDIA's going crazy now too. NVIDIA was up, only other one's green. And then Tesla, 400% almost.
Forward. So you got the mounting debt, the margin pressures, skepticism around its foundry strategy, and Intel's road to recovery looks increasingly like a marathon, not a sprint, aka very long term, and why you're seeing a sell-off right now, 8% lower. Sarah?
Honeymoon's over for that new CEO. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Christina Partsinevelos. Well, right now, we're going to take a look at CNBC's newest subscription streaming product, CNBC Plus, which you can see shows our live enhanced data feed and the latest headlines. You can stream Squawk on the Street or any of your other favorites.
Hey, Liz, you give me $5, I'll get you the best news. I'll be a serious. Yo, you give me $5, dog. I will get you fuck a plus, fuck every. I get you the fastest in the world. I will get you in the world. They don't feel me. I can't believe those Teslas, bro. That was a play I sold early to make it free. It's up 500% right now. They love and hate us at the same time. I don't know. That's it. That's it. Selling early, man. Making money. You know, I think I'm gonna sell it. It's at $4.20. I bought it at 80 cents. I'm gonna sell it at $4.20 for Elon. Thanks, Elon. I sold out of the last one. $4.20. I'm done. It's okay. I don't care. I want my money. Keep paying me. I'm not gonna. All I will do is sell early, but I still, yeah. There wasn't really news. There was like all the news is delayed. I swear to you, I feel like all of the Tesla news was yesterday, and then it didn't move, and then people talked the same stuff this morning, and then it rocks. That's it. So, yeah, there is a group of people that buy when I sell. So that is a strategy, but be careful. Because sometimes when I sell, it'll go up like another 30%, or sometimes I just top ticket. So remember, you guys could do anything. You could trade what I trade. You could short me. You could listen to ideas. You could only do the long term, play when I sell, whatever you want. But just get a long term and save your money, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Can I say that because of you, I started a long term during COVID, learned all about real estate, and changed my life since. Amen. Bro, it was good, and I'm glad you did it, bro. You know, the harvest is plenty, the workers are few. I'm glad you locked in at that moment, you know, and I hope everybody locks in as we move forward because, you know, there's been a lot of opportunity, and I don't think it'll stop. Well, the play did go up another 15%. So I'm just saying. JKS, solar's on the high. Do you ever felt like there was a moment in your life where you were grinding and just kept losing and felt like you were behind before you made it? My brother, every day. Every day, my friend. You know that. And honestly, it's a good thing, bro. You know, you'll never escape it. I didn't. I mean, I always feel like I'm losing, even when I'm winning. I always feel, I wake up at 4 a.m., bro. You know how many cars I have and I still wake up at 4 a.m.? It's stupid. So you're always going to feel like it, and it's a good thing, bro. You know? That's why. Embrace it. Don't be down about it. And that's how it usually is. And sometimes you really are losing, and it's bad. But if you find that determination, bro, and that's the whole point. You keep grinding, but you have to learn. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's two types of people. There's people that put themselves in positions and like they're doing the right thing and they're working hard, and it just naturally, like, you know, you plant the seed, it takes time to grow, right? And that's fine, and y'all need to keep working. But then there is some people, make no mistake, and I don't know if this is you or not, I can't tell yet, but there is some people that will adopt that mentality. Oh, but my brother, they wake up at 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Or they're like, oh, I feel like I could never get ahead. It's like, yeah, you have a gambling addiction. I feel like I could never get ahead. You don't have a budget at all in real life or the stock market. Like, what do you know what I'm saying? It's like if you can't have a habit of bad decisions and then get depressed about it. Are you feeling me? So that is, otherwise, it could be healthy to have that little thorn in your flesh telling you, oh, I'm behind. And it's okay, because sometimes you will work and grind, and this is developing the character you need. But if you have a good plan and it's working and it's there, don't attribute to what is natural development. Don't attribute that to failure. But at the same time, if you keep making the same mistakes that are putting you back and not advancing you, and you're not walking away with shit, then you got to just make a structural adjustment. Okay, look, SPY ripping bond. Dude, every time we rip, the bonds die. Even then, bonds are worse than their market rips right now compared to earlier. Thanks, Father. Don't call me Father. I'm banning you. Like I said, I'm more likely I'm most of your guys' peers. So we need to cut that shit out. You know that? I am more likely your peer. I am closer to most of you in age than further away. So there's no father, there's no this. I say something serious, you should be serious, you know? But at the end of the, that's why I'm like, dude, you're my peer. Even then, I have kids, they literally will stalk and harass me and be hella weird. And I'm like, dog, you're my peer, bro. I'm maybe either a couple years older than you or younger than you. So, my brother, step up. There's no more time to dick around. Stop talking shit. Stop wasting your energy on things that are not advancing your life. You know? So yeah, there's only Father Edgar, I guess. Father Charlie. But I'm not your dad. And that's why you should be motivated in that sense. I didn't build a real estate portfolio because I was a boomer. You understand? I don't think y'all get it. I didn't buy my house for a paperclip. You know what I'm saying? So I am closer to you than not. So don't forget that and grind with that mentality. Because I can. No, I can say whatever I want. Because of you think my girlfriend stops me from saying my other joke? No, you don't know me. That 1-year badge deceived you. Don't wonder what's in. I'm saying it because it's real. I'm saying it where I don't like non-serious comments after I give you something serious. That's all. And the reality of that comment is I am more likely closer to you within age than further. So that should motivate you. And that should light a fire under your ass and make you realize your opportunity is closer than further. But if you don't take it seriously, it's just going to run away. The Betos always lag. So that's something we've known. But then once they hit, they go crazy. MSTR, they're still up. I can't believe even the SPY's coming back. This is just killing premium. Intel just wasn't good earnings, man. Like everybody on TV said it too. It wasn't sexy, bro. It wasn't the crazy one. It's going up now, but still down 7 on the day. Tesla, I mean, some people have brought up stuff today about Tesla, but I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, the news, but it's just been running. Not to mention the earnings, the reaction. I'm sure people shorting it, covering it, and everything else in between. Apple to the downside for cheap? I don't know. I mean, short-term plays, but other than that, I don't really know. It's up to you. Who's this?
Say that president's strategy, their strategy, I mean, it's transformed certainly politics, and it is.
I don't know who this is, but I'm waiting. This is the event. Caroline's there, but she hasn't gone on yet. Pony on the low. Okay, bonds, we're staying pinned, bro. It's kind of been good, though. You haven't heard any bullshit in like 30 minutes. So, I don't know. Bittersweet. You're like dancing. You're just right at open. We're not doing anything. NASDAQ's doing good. But then you are just, we just haven't heard anything outside of the morning. Those Teslas went to 480. Look. Bro, the stock went up $1. So, yeah, me selling out did add like 20%. I'll take it. For you, that's good. It doesn't work all the time, but, you know, that's something you got to think of. Witkoff and Putin met for 3 hours. Talks were constructive. one single headline is going to be the game changer. It could be, or the fact that everybody's waiting for a single headline, that might be the game changer. Does that make sense? That's what I was trying to say these last 48 hours, is that when we think something big is going to happen, sometimes the most surprising is the 0.25% move, and everybody's like, what? I thought we were. So yesterday, it seemed like that, but then it got big. Now we're like an hour 20 in, and then it's there. But yeah, some head on a swivel, baby. We'll be here and we'll be ready. So, but just that's it. But no certainty. Will not fall victim to any expectations. And yeah, we'll vibe, baby. And we have a game today. So maybe, should I tell you guys now while we're still at opening price? I have probably the hardest Kahoot today. 21, 22 questions. It's gonna throw off all these guys who've been getting it right. It's gonna throw them off their game. You need to have real knowledge today. Putin meeting constructed. That's coming. It's good, dude. You're fucked. I'm sorry, but it's gonna be. You guys are gonna complain so bad. Okay. However, I think the grand prize today will be about 1,000 to 2,000, depending on how you play it. But I don't have a good game yet. And then Spy ripping up a little bit. I was just thinking top five either plays poker against each other, or we do top one. You get to go to the Josh Casino, and you play either 1 or 2 card games against me for up to $2,000. But not everybody knows how to play poker. But I have a card game, so I don't know. You could come to the Josh Casino. All right, you were about to go up, but volume, you're right back down, bro. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is the Kahoot? 10. It's the hardest one. That's it. You have to have knowledge. Because you guys got fucked, because there's data. So I got to go over the past Kahoots, and I got to see where you guys were getting things right and wrong. And then I noticed something. Some of you guys, there was a certain amount of questions that kept getting missed. So I made this Kahoot all of those questions. So get ready. Uh-huh. So we're playing for more money. You'll get to win a lot. But yeah, it's not easy. So it's good and bad, because if you thought you couldn't compete, today might be your chance. It's a good hit, bro. You posted those plays too. Good fucking work. MSTR now again. Oh, come on. Intel failed. They were talking about it, but I don't know if it's were they saying they want to get rid of it? And then Tesla came down, other stuff moving. See, I wouldn't be surprised by the time if Tesla starts coming down, the other stuff might move. Kharkov says Russia positions getting closer. Nope, spy coming out. For the card game, if you win, you'll need to go on camera. Or you'll need to join Zoom. I did throw in true and false, because the majority of the questions are so hard. I threw in some true and false in there to ease up. I felt bad. Watch, you guys are going to complain. I already know. That's real life. You know why? Because I gave away all this money so far. Nobody complained. That's because it was easy. And they were just complaining that Connor studied. So, yeah, you guys are going to complain after this one. It's hard. It's hard. But I like it, though. I think it's all relevant. If you did watch the watch list, you should be prepared. No, it's all from the watch list. It's all just the watch list quiz. Tesla. All right, you're coming back down, though. Bonds are lower. Again, every other time the bonds went down, we kind of ripped. So, not this time. CSIQ. All right. Well, I need to go to the bathroom.
P flat, NASDAQ up, and I'm out of here. Have a great weekend.
And I'm out of here. I'm going to play this Axios thing, whatever this is. It's like, this is Jay Carney.
About things that, you don't really have a lot of authority over.
It might be less propaganda.
Rights, why are you talking about
but I'll be right back.
Rights? I mean,
Follow me on Instagram at the Training Fraternity. Real Code News on Twitter.
From, what you know and what you represent. And for us, it's, we're a tech company, but everything we do is in, IRL, in the real world, right? Our hosts are real people. Guests are real people. And the whole magic of Airbnb comes together when people travel and are in the real world experiencing the wonder of discovering a new city or a new place or a new country and meeting their hosts. So, we talk about that a lot. We talk about community, about, our opportunity, about inclusivity, and the fact that, we are across the world much more alike than are different.
You mentioned before your CEO, Brian Chesky, is a great communicator. He's known for having a very high EQ. Do employees expect him to speak out on these broader issues, given that?
I mean, I think we're like a lot of companies that, where there's, people are engaged. They're incredibly diverse and smart group of people. And they, we have those discussions. We have conversations internally. Brian gets asked about issues regularly when he does all hands meetings, CEO Q&A, which he does regularly. And we handle those, those sort of challenges as they come. But I think engagement, authenticity, honesty about the issues is the best approach, because, if you're lurching around, you believe this week, you believe this next week, that's going to catch up to you too, and you lose your connection with your colleagues, and then eventually with your customers.
Right. Between Jeff Bezos, former President Obama, Brian Chesky, you've advised.
Who do I like best? No.
Yeah, you can answer that question. I was going to say you've advised some very influential leaders. What tips do you have for delivering bad news to these type of leaders?
I learned this. And I'm so grateful. I was so grateful for the opportunity. But early on, when I became press secretary, the president and I were talking, just the two of us, and he said to me, "I need you to speak up in these meetings." So this wasn't about my press secretary role. It's like, I count on you to tell me what you think.
Yeah, a little pop and then drop. But look at the bonds. Bonds are more reactive. But yeah, the game will be around philo time. We're going to do a philo, then play the game. It's a good one. And yeah, no, we do want to reward the people locked in, but I did look at the data. So here's the deal. And that's why. And I think some of you guys were getting discouraged, and you're like, well, how do you compete? But guess what? I hate to break it to you guys, but the Chad isn't really that good at the quiz. So let me put it this way. To make it to the top 5, you could still get to the top 5 with a C. Are you kidding me? Connor's really good. No, Connor is really good, yeah. I'm just saying there's 5 people that are running you guys. And then everybody, it's like, but it's not like it's not a big difference. That's why it may seem like it, but no, it's just straight up like the 5, like even then, I think the last game, top 3, dude, 3 of the 5 were 79%, and then 77, and then 76. I'm like, dude, that's a C. That's a C, bro. You kidding me? That's a C. A C. You get to the top 5 for a C. Oh, that's crazy. Well, the ones who came in, I have everything. So I have the recording now too. So you don't need to send me. I know who got what. I know who scored what. So the ones from game 2 yesterday or last week, I want to set up like a multiplayer game. So if we end up, I'll let the winner decide today. Number 1 can decide. So whoever wins today, they will have the choice to either play against multiple Chads in poker for the grand prize, or they could play a card game against me for the grand prize one-on-one. So, and then if you were in the top 5 from the last game, you could join the poker game for the money. Sound good? Or you could wait till I find another game. Yeah, Devin, you'll be in there. You were in the top 5. I remember your name. The questions are good, but I like them because even when you go back and look at them, it's just, I like it, man. I don't know. It's cool. The quiz kind of just highlights literally the stuff that we called out and how we were able to like execute on it. I'll do 1v1 COD if you want. I'm down for that. I will throw that as an option if you would like to. If you win number 1 and you want to play me COD for money, I will do that. That could be an option. Yes. So right now, the max prize is $1,000, but depending on the bets, I'm willing to go up to $2,000 today. So you could win $2,000, but $1,000 guaranteed minimum. Not if you, but you have to win the game. If you get number 1, you ain't getting paid. You know, you have to win the game afterwards. Not a poker player. Well, if you win number 1, you get to choose the game. Okay, you're right back up. Bro, we're at open. That's why we're talking about this. I mean, we haven't really moved. It's kind of a blessing, though. You haven't had no BS rumor. Again, people were spreading that China Besant thing. I think it's BS. He did meet with somebody, but it was formality, not for trade deal. I don't know why Tesla is. I think it was from yesterday. The top 5. Like I said, the top 5, you guys could join the poker game if the winner selects poker. If not, you guys, your spot is saved. So if we ever have a game for a money prize, you guys already have a spot. So you could choose to play or not. You got your golden ticket. We're going to do this around 10 a.m. Maybe like 10:30 because I'm going to do a philo before. Ooh, chess. Ooh, that'd be a good. I'm not good at chess like that, though. You guys might have to play each other. Good, because you bought the premium. I bought the Google. I'm down on my Google, too. Oh, my God. Those went down 40? I was only down 10. Yeah, I'm down 40 on my Google Play from this morning. But the idea was wait till after the earnings. What if you code a multiplayer game? I already spent the yearly subscription for Kahoot, man. So I'm gonna use that. I spent the 1 year because they won't let you not buy 1 year, and then I had to buy the expensive one so that we could have everybody in. So I did already spend my Kahoot money. The DL today, not much. It's same vibe, general good earnings, debating trade deal. China there was good news in China. A report saying China is willing to lower pharma tariffs and other things, and then this BS rumor on Besant in China. And other than that, just same vibe as yesterday, but not as crazy. And then we're literally right at open. NASDAQ and SPY. Only one's green right now. Yeah, Tiger. We've seen this one a couple of times. Yeah, CoreWeave. That was a dud. There's an IONQ. That was the other hype play. They all dudded out, though. Saquon? No, I haven't been to... I didn't know they have one. It sucks, dude. Barona used to have a poker room. Now they don't. And then even Pachanga used to have a poker room. They don't. I don't think there's any poker rooms in San Diego. That's why I would just fly to Vegas. I would just go to Vegas and come back. But there's no good poker in Southern California. Or there's a Morongo, that's it. But that one kind of sucks. Like, literally. Like, Pachango is easier to get to than fucking Morongo. But then I like Morongo, but it's a mission. There's no real good poker in SoCal. I mean, Morongo, bro. If you want to play with like $100, it's not bad. That's where I took my girl to play poker the first time. I told you that, right? Because she wanted to play. She wanted to learn. So I took her to a real money game. We went to Morongo. And I had her play there at the $100 table, bro. She killed it. I think Google's going to run. I'm not. That's why I'm in it. I did think the premiums would hold better, to be honest. But I do think give it a little bit. And IBM popping here at the high. It doesn't have to run today, but I'm saying it might be delayed. But I think that was a good report. And then I have a weird feeling Mag 7 might get a little bit of dominance. Even Michael Wilson talked about it, where the pain trade would be if Mag 7 led our rally. Do you understand? So in the next month, if we bounce for a little bit, but it's only off of Mag 7, you're going to hate it. Because only Mag 7 will go up, everything will be down, and it's going to feel weird, but then the SPY will be up, but not really up. NVIDIA. TTD, it should. It already went up. We've hit a couple of those, but I like TTD as well. But I don't know. They haven't reported yet, so I'm not as confident, and that doesn't fit the Mag 7 theme I just told you. So, like I said, I like Google for a reason, but I hope you heard the reason, not just me saying I like Google. That's how you're going to lose money. Right? Because, like I'm saying, there's this idea going around that it would be a pain trade if Mag 7 led the rally. So, because Mag 7 hasn't done anything for 9 months. I've been saying this for 48 hours now. And if they do that, where they start moving back up again, and then, imagine NVIDIA, Google, and then the SPY's up 3%, but then every staple is down. People aren't going to like that. So that's why it could be Google, it could be all of that, but then TTD would not apply. Apple would apply. Duolingo wouldn't apply. So it's just this idea. I could be wrong, but I like the idea. I may be wrong on the exact move, but think about that. Duolingo's on the low right now. Oh, wow. They're flushing. Yo, Duolingo, speak of the devil. Oh, you cannot play that cheap. Oh, wow, they didn't let me snake it. Oh, Citron. Oh, it might fade. But you never know. We saw one the other day. The Duolingo cruise? What do you mean? They have a boat? China officially has exempted some transports. How is Duolingo that valuable? Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Rosetta Stone? Weren't they public at one point? I think they were really popular, bro. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, bro, they got bought out. That was like the 2010s, bro. Oh, Kane. I thought it was Kanye joined. And then Tencent, Duolingo, Citron still down. It wasn't around yet. I think it existed. I don't know if they were public. But you remember that. That was the original Duolingo. You guys, Rosetta Stone. I remember people buying the books. They would go to Barnes and Nobles and buy Rosetta Stone books to learn other languages. I remember Hooked on Phonics. Yeah. That was our joke. Like, if people were like, if you wanted to call someone dumb, you would tell them to go to Hooked on Phonics. I don't know if you guys had that era, but I did. When I was a kid, you'd be like, ha ha ha, you go to Hooked on Phonics. They're like, you work for me. God bless you. God, now you got a long term, bro. Damn, Tesla. My name is Josh, and I sell the plays too early. Even if I make 500%, I'm still early. Even if I make money, I'm still early. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just serenading myself. Yeah, MSTR. I'm playing a game of chicken with MSTR, to be honest. Every day has felt just the FOMO, but I think you're spreading FOMO, to be honest. So you need to calm yourself. But yeah, you know what you're doing. Don't be dumb. I've seen all your messages. So yeah, it is. But that's how it's been. I mean, we talked about the He Is Risen rally. We talked about the buybacks. We talked about all these different things, and it's kind of expected. But I just did it very, very aggressively. And it just did it so fast, so quick. That's what's really caused these types of reactions. When you exercise, you don't keep any. No, the options go to zero, actually. So that's the caveat. So right now you have a 240, right? So that thing has $38 of value. Awesome. But if you exercise it, the contract disappears. You understand? So right when you exercise it, it goes poof, and the contract no longer exists. So there's literally no more value because you exercised it. But now you have the shares at $240 and could sell them at $278. Yeah, it's redeeming the coupon. So you could sell the coupon for money right now for about $3,000. But if you exercise it and use the coupon, then you will not, it has no more value. The value gets transferred to the equity pretty much. Now running. We'll go ahead and post the play. If you think Tesla keeps going, would it make sense to exercise? Well, don't listen. I answered your first question. Don't use this into letting you get manipulated or influenced. You know what I'm saying? I just told you, I answered your question. You got to decide what you want to do with it. Because if you exercise it, you have a guaranteed win right now. But if it goes down and you buy it, you're going to have shares at 240. That's it. So that means if a stock goes higher, you'll make more money. If a stock goes lower, you're going to lose money. But that you got to figure. You don't need me for that. But the first part, I got you. And like I said, that will give you the info you need. But you got to make the monetization decision yourself. Well, they'll let you exercise it. Even if you don't have the money, they usually let you exercise it because you have instant equity. It's like finding a house below market value, right? They'll give you the loan, bro, because you have equity. It's a great play. Yeah, bro. If you have that, that's awesome. Market boring with VIX under 30. Yo, man, I just like my long term, bro. That's it. But that's what I was thinking yesterday. I'm like, dude, I feel like with the media, the news, the reaction, all of it, bro, I don't think we're really comprehending how long 4 years is. Because I'm like, dude, leaving the long term. And I'm like, our cash plan, buying. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. This has been 100 days. They never do. Bro, but isn't that wild? Dude, we have a long time, you guys, of Donald Trump. So just strap in, man. But, like, dude, so much has happened. But, like, dude, we're going to be getting... Like, man, where the prices you see today, God knows what we will see 4 years from now. Up or down, I don't know. You know, what's going to work, what's not going to work, what's going to fail, what's not going to fail. So, but it's just like, dude, like the portfolio's moving. We got emotions. You got people changing ideas. You have so many things, but it's like, it's been 100 days. And we knew the 100 days were going to be exciting, but... Oh, man, I feel like the 100 days made us forget about the other, 900 days. So, yeah, and then NVIDIA ripping right now. SPY trying to move. Bond's doing it again. Wow, you sold your motorcycle? Oh, dude, I think I follow you, bro, and I remember your bike and everything, bro. Oh, my goodness. So, that must have been a big one, bro. I know what that bike meant to you, but I'm so happy. Not because you're putting it to the long term, because now I know you're safer. No, I just know he's safe now, too. So, believe me, man, it's a good thing. You know, I know, man. I know. You get to stay alive in the long term. All God willing, baby. All right, let's go, man. Wow. Damn, bro, I was just telling you guys yesterday about this. I was like, I love bikes, and I love living vicariously through y'all, but I would never ride a bike. I would tell all of you, don't ride a motorcycle. It's just dangerous. It's not that I don't like them. CRM popping. Well, I don't know if this is news or not. Yeah, a lot of tech still. Remember, a lot of the NASDAQ is down, so see if that comes up. You used to love your bike before the accident? Yeah. It sucks, dude. I think are cool. That's why, like, maybe if you're on a track or maybe dirt bikes are still dangerous, but like on a road, bro, people are idiots. Dude, you can't even trust them to report the news without lying. I can't trust them on the freeway. But yeah, just be careful. But congrats, bro. It's a good decision. I think you're going to be safe in the long term. Your mom wants you to sell your bike, but the way you see it, anything could be dangerous. I'm on God's time. Well, don't test the Lord, my friend. You know? Because I believe that too. And I really believe that, you know, whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen. But I have not sold all my property and levered it all on the yen yet, you know, for that reason. Does that make sense? So there's a lot of things in life that are dangerous, and you're right, and whatever happens is going to happen, but I think you have the faculties and everything else to know. U.S. Marshals confirm arrest of sitting judge? What? Oh, God. This is either going to be terrible or the guy did something ugly. Oh, that was yesterday? Oh, then I guess I didn't hear about that. For harboring Tren de Agua members? I don't get it. That's crazy. Wisconsin judge? Damn, y'all go hard in Wisconsin? I thought y'all just got cheese and shit. Dope. Good for you. Good for you guys. For U.S. China news, Tiger. My play would have been PDD. That's the one I stream alerted yesterday. I didn't play it, but I said watch when we got the Hong Kong news, but I usually just don't like these small caps, but it might be a bigger one. Yeah, this might just be ones that pop and lock, but or like when the hype, like JYD and HKD. But I think there's a host of them. We just need that news. He took pictures throwing signs with them? Shut up. You're kidding me. You're telling me these gang members got this judge to throw up gang signs like we get my dad to say English words? That's crazy. We'd be like, Dad, do this. Yeah, do this. Do this. We don't know when the news is. That's why we'll be here. There's a video? What? I got to see this now. Wisconsin judge gang members. It's a lady? No! Is that him? That's not him.
County. Reporter Alyssa Munoz is here with court documents showing this man was living on a judge's property.
Now, shortly after Lopez's arrest, Judge Joel Cano resigned. And 2 days later, the Judicial Standards Commission petitioned for the Supreme Court to suspend Judge Cano.
A judge is supposed to avoid any appearance of any kind of impropriety. And so you have a situation here where the question is going to be, what did the judge know and when did because we have information that we didn't have the first time around that links him to this TDA gang, violent Venezuelan gang.
According to court documents, Lopez was staying in Las Cruces in a casita behind Judge Cano's house. In his post-Miranda interview, Lopez says he met Cano's wife after doing jobs for her. In the documents, it says she offered him to stay on their property after he was evicted. He adds he was also introduced to Cano's daughter, who, according to officials, allowed him to hold and sometimes shoot her firearms.
He's facing
Access to guns. Cano resigned on March 3rd, and his last day was...
Yo, dude. Y'all are wild. That's a New Mexico judge. That's different, yeah. But wait, why is there more than one of these, bro? Yeah, that says New Mexico. You guys were telling me Wisconsin. Dog, what? I can't find the one holding the right. I only see the same pictures. I see him in a cooking, like, look. Honestly, it just seemed like this was his homie. Like, I don't know. Believe me, I want to, like, I can see how you could just be nice to somebody. But at the end of the day, that's not appropriate for a judge, you guys. You know what I'm saying? At the end, like, if you do take a career in law, you are expected to hold a certain standard. That's why you swear on the Bible and you do all of that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's like, because honestly, man, like the guy, I mean, hey, I've helped out immigrants before. I don't know if you guys, I've given an immigrant a house and they were cool and we love them and, you know, we'll help them out. And like, yeah, I could see how this could be normal. But you can't do that as a judge. Yeah, like, you could do it as a civilian, but, yeah, bro, like, that's crazy. That's wild. It's funny. No, that's not a gang. Come on. You guys got to be fit. That's not a gang sign. That's a white dude throwing up a peace sign because he doesn't know what to do. You guys are like, he's throwing up gang signs. That's literally him, and Japanese women love this symbol for pictures. What are you saying right now? It's not a gang symbol. It's a peace sign. The fuck? I've thrown this up in awkward photos sometimes when I'm like, oh, peace. Peace and love. Yeah, I don't know. Is that a Nazi salute? No. You guys are like, Josh, he threw up gang signs. Sir, I don't think that was a gang sign. I think that's crazy. Otherwise, I think my niece is in a gang, bro. I better go. I gotta talk to her about that. I told you that story, bro. Back when I was young, I was in like the 2nd or 3rd grade, and I had a teacher. Honestly, she was a little prick. I think she was very discriminatory, to say the least, because in the 3rd grade, me and my friend had a handshake, right? And she sent us to the principal's office because she said it could be gang related. I hated this lady. Oh, whoa, CEP. And then Tesla again. No, CEP just popped and locked. I hated this lady, bro. PD. Whoa. PD down 1.7. It's either news, like a short report or something. It's a cheap stock, so be careful. Even them 10-cent options, that one's going to be a little different. Bro, the Teslas that went up another 50%. Blech. Adobe on the high. PagerDuty. I've heard the name. I'll know what they do, but I'm blanking for now. We've seen it a couple times. Yeah, I've heard of PagerDuty. And then Adobe. And then we're right, bro. You guys realize Euro close was 3 minutes ago, and we are right at open. My goodness. Tesla. Yeah, SPY's literally at 0%. NASDAQ. But do you guys see what I was telling you? So look at the market right now. And what did I tell you would be the pain trade? This is Michael Wilson. So maybe he's the one who told you. But I mean, I'm glad I explained it prior. But do you see what I'm talking about? The NASDAQ is up 0.4. Russell's down, Dow's down, and the SPY's not going anywhere. And then you're like, Tesla's up 8. Google's even up. Nvidia is up. Bitcoin is up. So if Mag 7 rips and nothing else, this is exactly what it's going to feel like. Do you understand? I want you to understand this now so you're not confused about it later. This is exactly what it'll feel like. Because you're going to have NASDAQ ripping. It's going to be up. But then everything else isn't moving. And then you're like, literally. Because right now you're getting tech advancing. It's a very small minority of the market that's moving up right now. While the other 490 are going down. Like literally no exaggeration. I think 426 are down today. So yeah. Well, and you got data today too, and you had the rumors, but the rumors didn't hit as much because again, the rumors were I think a lot more people were aware of how misleading it could be, or at least the Besant one. And it is earnings, yeah. But so far, it seems like Mag 7, that has really been the good earnings, but the ones that aren't Mag 7, they've been hit or miss. Rick. Apple, everything did. The day we thought yesterday is kind of showing up today. Okay, Nvidia's on the high, Tesla on the high, SPY going to VWAP. But yeah, that Mag 7 pain, you're going to feel it. It's odd. That would be terrible moving forward. So like I'm saying, maybe we get ready for it if we end like this, but we still have a long day. But if we start moving barely anything, like I bet you equal weight is plummeted right now. Yeah, equal weight's down 0.5%. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I got my Humana divvy. I love it. I love dividends. I did. I only get $9. So it's not too big of a divvy. But yeah, I do have it. And then now is a good time. Bro, the dividends, I love it. Our dividends are already up almost 10% this year. So it's good. And then I didn't realize it. We now, after the average down, we make more money on NVO dividends than Nike. I didn't really think about that. But yeah, we have similar amounts now. They yield there. So not bad. Well, yeah, Mag 7 dominance could come back a lot because it underperformed for almost a year now, 9 months. So it might be, I don't know. I'm just telling you what could happen. This is a marketplace where we don't really have certainty, you know? So that's what I'm saying. This is one of the themes you got to be aware of. But if the earnings are good next week, everything, and we're still awkward, it could be where only Mag 7 goes up. And that, like I'm saying, that could still leave you painful. That could make it where only the people with Mag 7 make money, and then everything else still plummets. And then you're like, wait a minute, it feels terrible, but the market's not lower. All right, you're going down. Wendy's. People ask me about that, but I guess my food play with high dividend was what's it called? Pizza Hut. They had a little bit better value. Howdy, Chads. Baba Jones, man. Not Pizza Hut, Baba Jones. They haven't declared dividend yet. I don't like that. I mean, don't cause unnecessary fear for no reason, because that is a company where the cutting of their dividend, it's not a concern right now. That's why I liked it. But their expense ratio or the payout ratio is low. They refinance debt. Their debt to like cash flow, it's not that bad. So Whirlpool, that's one we worried about. But I don't think pizza, I wouldn't be. I mean, Pfizer, damn, declared a dividend. I think we'll be good. But yeah. No, if you don't pronounce it correctly, you don't get the dividend. No. New SEC rule, I think. Europe backs Ukraine while still easing it towards U.S. peace deal. How does Tesla go up when they missed earnings? Dude, Tesla earnings were so bad. I'm sorry, guys. Dude, Tesla earnings was so bad. That's honest. I will pray for your girlfriend, but telling 6,000 people, primarily men, about your girl getting a boob job, that's very odd. I'm not going to. I think even boob jobs are odd, to be honest. So sorry, ladies, if you have a boob job, but yeah, I don't. That's but no, that's we're not taking that in the morning. Sorry. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. I'm good on that one. Well, straight up, I react. I'm like, no, I'm good, man. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. You love being so early in Tesla? Yeah, I know. You didn't post one play ever. So fun, bro. So flex on it. Flex on him, dude. Fuck yeah. Flex on him hard. Yeah, dude. No thanks. Yeah, random questions or random you should save for the game or Philo. It was good. I mean, worst case, if you made money, you're fine. That's all that matters. In the stock market, I guess. We're going to play around like 10:30, I believe. We'll go live for Philo at 10. And then, yeah, that's it. Every Friday, crabs. Kind of. I mean, low key. In the beginning of the year, it was like on CNBC, Agriculture Rollins says we're ready to provide stopgap for farmers hit by tariffs. But at the beginning of the year, the Fridays were crazy because then we would get like a wild thing coming out. But at the end of the day, the last like 3 weeks, I would say it calmed down. The market needs to pick a direction. This is what I was saying the other day, where it's very uncomfortable. That is what I was saying, is that ironically enough, the guy with the long term was telling you that if we go high, it will get uncomfortable. So going up the way we did this week, it's still leaving people not, and then especially a day like today where you're like you're high up, and then you're not moving, and they're like, whoa, it's not moving. So yeah. Up for no reason is sketchy, but dude, the way we were going down, the bond market was about to collapse. What do you say? That's why it's like, which one do you want? I don't want either of them. They both suck. Dude, it's not. That's why I was like, man, whatever we're in, let's see. But we do really need like we need something really decisive. And that, unfortunately, I don't think this month has been decisive at all. Not at all in any capacity. And we need something that can't be debated, bad or good. You know what I'm saying? You need something either really bad and changes it, or you need to pivot and make it good, and then that's it. It can't be data. It has to be undebatable. It has to be like, that's why policy, sadly, is kind of what everybody is calling for, policy or pivot. But we'll see. Hertz eyes $500 million debt deal. Was that last Friday? Or was that 2 weeks ago? TAL. Isn't that another China play? I saw the email, Ignace. So apparently they've just been selling a bunch of puts. I want to see it. What's the market cap? Tiger's a $20 billion company? Oh my goodness. Because I'm like, I guess maybe then. But pretty much they're just selling mad puts on this China play. But yeah, I'm just not as comfortable with that one. I didn't know they were that big. Then Tesla. I should have rolled over to like a penny stock or a penny one. Japan weighs importing more U.S. corn in tariff negotiations. Corn. Tesla. That's it. I think it doubled probably again. It already went up 50% from when I sold, and I was already up 500%. Ah! You have 41 contracts you've been averaging on Tesla for 5,000 profit. Should I sell it? So like I told the other guy, I'm not really the guy to ask for monetization. But if you give me $500, I'll tell you. Other than that, make your own decision. MRK? Yo, there was Keytruda news yesterday. MRK. Let's see. So be careful. Anything daily, bro. If you get fucked up, you're going to be done. They have them. All right. I got like $20 worth. I think $60. Keytruda or Merck. Remember, they had the bad news with Keytruda. That's why I'm assuming, but honestly, it could be a dud. It's only 1%. Be careful. Literally, I spent a little bit more than I thought. I was only supposed to spend 20. No energy plays. I haven't in a while. I still think energy's kind of convoluted, but yeah. Not bad. URA DMG DMYY. Google made $8 billion off SpaceX investment. Oh, that's what it was. That makes a little more sense. All right, Merck is going. Yeah, the plays are up. They're now the spread. It's just wide spreads though. Be careful. Tesla's volume probably crazy. Even the market's not too bad. I guess 20 million, it's slowed down since Euro close. And gee, where's the other medical place? For Hood. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, bro. Merck, now it's 2. It was only 0.5%. They're running, though. The play's already 100%ed. So, I don't know if it made me free yet. I'm going to in a second. That was good, bro. I'm actually I'm kind of down. Oh, yeah, they just ripped now. Yep, that's the point. Yeah, I'm free. It filled everything. They just swept the ask. So, yeah, my play's free now. 100% easy. I don't know the news on Merck. I just caught it and I pay attention, and I knew they had bad news yesterday. And then I knew what it relates to. Keytruda is a very big cancer drug. So I just knew. I didn't know, but I knew. If that I had context. Damn, bro. That's just a wide-ass spread. Yeah, I see SMMT. That one, they had something the other day. No, the spread's wise up 400% now. The Mercs are up 400% on the bid. Okay, 500 now. Woo-hoo! Yeah, all right. I sold another set. I got one more set left. But yeah, those just went up 400 or 500%. 3 cents to 20. Killer. You made 50 free. I know you went big on that, bro. Good luck. Hitter. Yeah, that's 1,000% now. 30 cents. Yeah, I only put $60 in it. That's what I was saying. It was enough. But you could turn $60 into 600. I'm not gonna make 600. I'll probably walk away with like $300 or $400 off of that. I only put I told you I put $60. This is what we've been doing for the last 3 months. Yeah, the other guy, Bobby's greedy. He put $300, but he'll make $3,000. But then he made it free. He'll probably walk away with like $2,000 or $1,500. Oh, you made 1,000? Still not bad. Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's 500% on the fucking bid. Money, just by listening. And all you crybabies, that's all free. You may not be able to talk, so hopefully it helps you focus, but no one in the world told you about that. Shout out to Stream Alerts. I didn't even tell them to play. I just said watch out for it. Could be a dud, though. That's it. So in that case, that's why you do still have to watch the videos and know what I'm doing. You don't even got Stream Alerts, and I hit that. That's what I'm saying. I mean, hey. There's a different Adam Forstein tweet. Oh, somebody just tweeted about it? I'll just hold the other ones. Who cares? I already got my money. Oh, they got approval to rival Keytruda. That's bad news. I was saying that was the bad news I already knew about. But that's why, too, you guys, do you see how staying like locked in will help you? Because a lot of times you guys are like, how do you do that? How do you find the option play? But none of you guys are missing the other part. There's like almost a lot of stocks in the world. You could ask me about it, and I know what it did recently. Are you following? So I see Merck on the high ticker. I look at the options. It's about being fast, sure, but I'm coming in with a lot of context. Are you understanding? It's like every single one of these plays, like if there really is, like even the SWTX, we knew about the buyout. Guess I didn't know about that one. And then we were able to, but that is what will give you guys an advantage. That's why, I mean, watch the watch list, because that's stuff that we're covering or listening in the morning with the news segment when we go over the headlines. Those are what it's telling you, a lot of things, you know? So, and if you know, you're able to operate a lot smoother when it is game time. 1,000% on the 81, baby. Amen. Woo! I love it. Where are the plays listed? I mean, dude, just ask how many people in here hit it without Stream Alerts. Seriously. So, yeah, you could buy Stream Alerts. You'll get plays. That one, I just posted the news before. I just said the pop and what to watch for. But you could ask, dude, people are hitting it without anything in here, bro. Like, you got to lock in, man. I have no other way to tell it to you. Like we said, it still is free, man. And I think my info could really help people. And I know objectively that we have an edge. It's very apparent. So, you got to use it, though. And that's why. Stop fucking with me negatively and make the most of it. And if we work together, stop flexing, post plays. Oh, man, we're going to have a good time. And, yeah, if you miss it, don't worry. We'll get another one. That's what we've been doing, man. That's it. You'll get another one, bro. Every day. Every day. I just listen every day while working. You hit 1,000%er. Fucking Vance Santana. Horn. That's it, man. You just got to make sure you don't turn into a liberal. That's your only thing, and then you'll profit good, and then you'll keep it in long term. Google likely faces second antitrust remedies in September. Literally every day since the year started. I know. That's what I'm saying, though. You have nothing to worry about, and I sell early, and that's fine because you're winning. But you don't have to trip. You don't need to stress. There will be a play every day, God willing. And if there's not, that's cool too. You don't have to force it. But with this type of environment, some of you may not like Trump, but the way the news is, we have an edge with it. So we just got to use it and be patient and don't let it get the best of you. And that's it. Don't be too certain. And then make sure you get a long term. It's not that deep, Maybe you missed it. Maybe you did. Some of you do need to pay more attention. But if you missed it, and you were paying attention, you get what I'm saying? Don't stress about it. There's going to be another one. That's all there is. Thank you. 1,000%er, baby. Look at that. That was a lot of 1,000%ers right there. Go to love it. The text chat pics. I was just highlighting how, this is all public to everybody right now. Although the chat is members only, you got to hear it. You got to watch me, find it, call it out, tell you context. I even told you I got my $60 worth, all of it. And it was just dude, a lot of people just hit 1,000%er in here. And it wasn't like you needed the stream alerts. That's all I was saying. Damn, CEP again. Hey, that one's coming back up. All right, well, let me go to the bathroom. Celebratory protein and pee. Not bad. But follow me on Instagram, at The Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. Yeah, and the bonds are at the high. I'll BRB.
And also other industrial and consumer earnings. I'll be watching Coke earnings, for instance, on what's happening with the consumer after a lot of those staples companies got hit hard.
Yeah. Only sector in the red this week.
And we'll watch for any headlines on deals on or off.
Yes.
Right? Trade deals.
Have a good weekend. Let's get to Frank Holland at Post 9.
Thank you, Carl and Sarah. Welcome to the Halftime Report. I am Frank Holland in for Scott Wapner, front and center this hour. The latest on the trade negotiations, key earnings reports, and how to position your portfolio for Tech's moment of truth. Joining me for this hour, we got Stephanie Link, Joe Terranova, Malcolm Etheridge, and Kevin Simpson. First, quick check of the markets before we start this conversation. A lot to talk about today, certainly. Take a look. The Dow pulling back just under 0.5%. The S&P essentially flat, just fractionally higher. The Nasdaq, the best performer, up about 1/3%. And we're starting with Alphabet, the stock that seems to be pushing that index higher. Alphabet also higher, following a much better than expected earnings report. And that's really where we got to begin, Joe. What did you make of this earnings report? Was the bar low? Is that why we're seeing this response? Or was this simply just a blowout report in your mind?
$70 billion buyback. Clearly, the AI spend is still there, and I think it's indicative of the entirety of this week where, for the first time, we've been able to say, okay, let's really look at earnings, and the earnings have been remarkably strong. So I love the fact today seems like a relatively calm and quiet environment. I think for us to end the week in that regard is extremely positive. You have the VIX back down to 25. We began the week thinking that the president was going to find a way to fire the Federal Reserve chairman. We got through the week with Treasury Secretary Bessent being the sole voice, the sole messaging voice on the policies of the administration, and that has allowed for a really good environment. And then you get an earnings report like Alphabet, and you say to yourself, okay, so in my case, I still have my S&P futures. Began to, early on Tuesday, accumulate the S&P futures. You have a nice price gap now, 53.09 to 53.56. Put a stop in on Wednesday's close, which is 53.75, and you just kind of ride what really is washing away that extreme negative pessimism of the last several weeks.
Yeah, to your point, S&P up about 4% week to date. Kevin, I'm going to come over to you. You're also an Alphabet shareholder. What was your take on the report? And I do want to ask you about two key parts. Cloud missing estimates very slightly. I want to emphasize very slightly.
Bro, they all keep saying, bro, it's 4% on the week from the closing. Intraday, we have moved 10% on the week. From the lowest point to the highest point. It's crazy.
Especially with what they've got with the NFL package coming up. So even though that was a slight miss, everything else was unbelievable. You look at the operating income, net income more than doubling at $2.2 billion. Top line beat, bottom line beat. Joe mentioned the share buybacks. Not to mention they also increased the dividend by 5%. So this thing was unbelievable. And I think what's most important, Frank, is that we're paying attention to it. That it's not just an earnings report that came and went, and all we focus on is guidance, no guidance, multiple guidance. So pretty good day here on the floor.
Yeah, Stephanie, coming over to you right now. What was your take on this? And does this signal a comeback when it comes to tech? Tech having a good week. The defensive trade actually having a bad week. The staple's down about 1% week to date.
I know, we're literally 500, bro.
When it comes to tech,
fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, it's been a nice rally from the lows in the overall market, in the S&P 500 and NASDAQ and tech in general. Certainly, you're up upper single digits in tech just from the lows. So it's encouraging. I think we got oversold. The technology as a whole is a great free cash flow story. There are a lot of wonderful moats as well.
But fun fact, did you guys know that tonight the universe is gonna smile on you? You know, did you guys know that? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah, bro. Why am I so corny, bro? Why did I get excited? Because I'm like, oh, the Lord is smiling down upon us. I'm such a cornball. But yeah, straight up, you have, it's like Venus and the moon and the planets at 4 or 5 a.m. today. Look up and it's going to look like a smiley face. You'll see 2 eyeballs and a smile on the moon. Yeah. I was like, come on. Come on. Will it get you the plays? It will, but honestly, man, you guys have to learn. That's it. Whether you have if you guys stream alerts or even being here, if y'all ain't figuring it out, that's it. But I'm gonna have to just do it, man. Maybe we'll do this. Maybe I'll open it up later, but I'm gonna have to invalidate all those discounts. I'm just closing stream alerts right now. I don't want you guys got to pay attention. It's not going to do anything for you. You could keep giving me your money, and the people who use it are making money. But there's no point of jumping on the train later and then FOMOing and not learning. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm trying to keep y'all safe, but you could make money listening or however you want, but you got to apply yourself, unfortunately. And you need a budget, and you can't just be motivated by when it's 1,000%er, you know? No, your alerts will exist, but I think it might, if you got one of those recent discounts, unfortunately, it's going to have to change. Because it's just getting crazy, bro. I don't know. Are you guys cool with that? Because I was going to do it yesterday, but even then, I might have to make an executive decision and call it a day. Are we beefing Canada? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything bad in a while. Well, either way, we could see. We can, I don't know, maybe you might have to just pass a quiz to buy Stream Alerts. I might do that. So maybe I'll still have it, but I think it'll be for, you know, you gotta get an entry ticket. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, perfect. Okay, you can no longer sign up for Stream Alerts. So if you're still on there, you'll still receive them. But if you do cancel it, you can't get back on. I'm not going to deal with that. But until I reopen it, I'll let you know. Let me update the video, and we'll just wait a little bit, you know? Call it a day. But, yeah. So don't let me influence you. Well, you don't need to. I'm not blaming. Like I said, I think it'd be better for people and make them work. And I don't want your fucking money. I don't. I've been telling you this for a while, but, you know, I hope you guys do good, and I want to help. But, you know, if you use me the wrong way, you're not going to like me, and it's not going to work, bro. But the ones who have, they've changed their lives, and that's what I want more of. But, yeah. Mercs are still great. Well, yeah, we just hit it. Well, honestly, I mean, I don't know. You guys should think I just hit 1,000%er in front of everybody, and now all of a sudden they want to buy it, and I just closed it. So if y'all can't respect that, y'all don't feel me. But I want the best for you, and I need y'all to lock in, man. No one's misbehaving. I'm just looking out for you guys. That's it. I'm not trying to take advantage of your FOMO, but some of you want to take advantage of your own FOMO. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because you're probably just going to get FOMO and go buy something else. But like I'm telling you, I can change your life if you pay attention. Like literally. So it's, I guess, get it where you fit in. But we'll see. We'll open it up eventually. But for now, maybe on days like this, though, we'll close them on the really good days. FOMO is the title of the video. Yep, from last night. For you were up? No, it was still there. I mean, the sad reality, that alert even then gave you you had a minute or two window even from the text message to get it at 3 cents. And then they went to 30. So no, it was a good play. You just, I don't know, you got to lock in, baby. But you had your window. It wasn't like the craziest one. We did go off of stuff we didn't know, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, and all of the videos are up. But yeah, I'll go watch the option pricing video. Go watch how to find 1,000% options. There's thousands of videos I have made, and literally probably like 50 solid tutorials that I think will level you up in options trading. And that's what I'm saying. And you got to be locked in on that and understand some of it and really show me that you're there, because then I'll follow up with you. And then we could really start to take advantage of it. But it's just, I could help people who are already locked in way better, and I don't want to really play the beginner game anymore, if that makes any sense. Or if people, again, just too gambly. I had this talk the other day about keeping you guys safe, and quite frankly, it made me not want to have stream alerts because I don't want to influence people, man. And right now, everybody is very influenceable and scared, and there's all these things. So, but you gotta be wise right now, and because we have good opportunity, I think we're gonna do very well, even beyond what we've already done. But that doesn't happen through luck. It's not gonna happen through not being prepared. It's not gonna happen if we waste all our money. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen if we're too certain about it too, and don't doubt ourselves to push us forward. So that is the main goal. And try, like I'm saying, everybody think for yourself and go slow too, though. Don't get caught up into the game. I don't know if you heard that one. He was saying it. That one, I played one of those clips today, and the guy was like, he was just saying how every day, if people are jumping one thing to the next, by the end of it, dude, people get confused and they get angry and they don't like it and they don't know what's happening. So why do that to yourself? Make it easy. Make it easy. And that's why we have a general path we're following, but we do have to be open to a lot. But protect yourself and don't be so quick to, this is why we're doing this right now, and why we got to do this, and now it's this. Just take it gently. Daily? Nice. Really? Good, bro. I'm glad to hear. How did you start the Kahoot pre-watch list? What do you mean? Like, how did I make it? I just made it. I just type out the questions, and I take them from the watch list, and then I made the watch list, and I made the questions. George Santos sentenced to 7 years in prison for fraud. That was the guy who lied about everything, right? Not anything. There was a couple things in the morning, a little bit of BS, but generally it's a pretty uneventful day. It does seem like Mag 7 is leading. We'll see. Oh, excuse me. My bad. Well, the good news, we got 45 minutes till the game. EWJ, Japan, Georgia, IMF will continue to scan financial sector for non-bank instability. China didn't roll back chip tariffs. They rolled back pharma tariffs. Oh, wow. Yeah, 11. That could have been a good continuation. But I was scared, though, because AT&T did that, and then it ripped, and then Verizon ripped, and then it came back down. And that CEP is still up. The bond move, it just sucks that it's not like, I guess it's kind of doing what the market did. But no, it's still terrible. Better, though, than last week. Or this week, beginning of the week. Yeah, AT&T is up in the long term. That thing sucked. And then I looked at it the other day. We're up like 28% with all of the drip. Josh, I don't have stream alerts. I don't even speak English. I still got some plays. Luis! That's probably the best comment all day. Are you kidding me? I'm hard up. He said, I don't even speak English, Chad. That's my man. Luis, you my guy, bro. That's what I'm fucking talking about. I got these English speaking asses. They trying to just throw $100 bills at me like I'm a stripper to try to get them a play. Meanwhile, Luis is like, I don't even know English and I'm hitting. That's it. He locked in. You know that. That's how my mom got a nursing degree and she didn't know English. And she would sit in class and she would record the professor and go back over and listen to it over and over again. She didn't know English, and my mom still did. Amen, bro. You got something in you. That's good. That's what you need more of. How much for the VIP room? You can't. There's no VIP room. There's nothing. You can't get in anywhere now. All you could do is get a membership badge and listen. That's it. That's all you could do. Ain't that something? And you have a watch list, the live stream. If you're on the watch, if you got stream alerts already, thank you for always supporting. And I will continue to provide. But other than that, you don't have anything else available. Oh, I don't champagne room? Oh, I don't know. I'm not. I don't know what that is. Don't want to sugarcoat things. Economy is still facing a challenging time. He said, I don't speak English and I got the play. It's an old Chris Rock song? I didn't know that. Chris Rock had songs? You just saved a lot of people for themselves. I didn't. Because if they don't control this FOMO, they're going to click on the next thing and buy the first person who's not me. The first person who's going to tell them, yeah, we going to make you a lot of money. This is exactly, yeah. All you got to do is sign up. And then we going to do, and then watch. So, good luck. Get a long term. Google mixed shelf? What the fuck, Google? How are you doing the 70 billion buyback and selling? How are you buying and selling at the same time? MSTR enters the chat. Let's go. Oh, that place still has value, but we got to sell it or play chicken. IBM going up. Want to learn and lock it, baby. Let's get it together. Let's get the law term and don't forget the 10%. Amen. Amen. 10%. And get a crib, dude. That's it. Some of you guys have sent good house deals recently, and I've seen it. And then, again, your long term is up. So make no mistake, bro. If you were panicky and shit, I'm just telling you, bro. If you were panicky about the market going down and go find a fucking house. You could turn your long term to a crib right now. So, yeah. Yalla. CNBC's pumping IBM. I'm like, dude, this is looking good. Honestly, it was red yesterday, deep red, even a little today.
Going into earnings.
Yeah, Malcolm buys IBM.
Earnings, and now that the stock's dropped quite considerably this week, considering re-entering a position?
Yeah, 100%. And Stephanie and Malcolm covered all the bull case. We still have a 4% position. Own the stock for years.
Struggling, don't.
It's been one of our best performers.
It's crazy.
But just pure active management position.
Because if you walk to the stock market and you trade and speculate and do all of this
IBM went
with
up,
no
everything else went down.
fear,
Absolutely, at this point, it gives us opportunities
property
to
shouldn't
redeploy
be
that capital
challenging.
back into it.
It
for
will
all the
because
reasons
you've
that
never
were just
done
mentioned.
it, but don't be
Taking a look
afraid.
at IBM shares
Find
right
a good
now,
deal
up
and
under
start
just
now.
about 0.5% right now. All right, coming up, more committee moves, 4 new ideas for your portfolio. Stephanie Link is ready with her new buy. Phil Baruch is standing by with a few more trades. Halftime back in just 2 minutes.
Oh, so they're going to pump some more after that. But yeah, man, for real, if you guys like, the stock market is more scarier than real estate. Real estate is just bigger amounts. You know what I'm saying? No help for rookies. For real estate, I will, but that's it. My new policy as of lately, I will help anybody, but I am not going to help a motherfucker that is not willing to help themselves. I can't. I'm ineffective. I am neutered. I have been rendered useless to those people. I've seen it with my own eyes, even down to my own family. It's very simple. You give me, you got to be able to take a step that I can't take for you. And if you could do that, I've helped any rookie. I will help. I don't want anything from you. Honestly, I would like respect, and I would like you to do good, and I hope you don't take the shit I teach you and then turn into a bad person for society and turn into a scammer and a discord and all the other things we've seen over the years with people who have gotten success on the negative way. But at the end of the day, I'm always down to help anybody. So make the most of it, but you do have to have a little bit of initiative. You don't be asking me the same questions that aren't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of show me that you watch something and that you're paying attention and that it's not clicking because you're not comprehending, not because you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Yeah, we are hitting a new high. Let me see. I just sold my Tesla too early. Oh, the Reddit's finally fucking moved. $40 appraised at 180. No, that sounds normal. That could happen. Zelensky agree with Trump. We can regain Crimea. No. That's a lie. Agree. Oh, wait. No, he said he can't regain Crimea. Okay, that's good. That's reality. So I was like, what do you mean you could? Trump does not say you could gain Crimea. Well, yeah. But I was saying it yesterday. I think we're going to get a lot of BS. What if it's a free Discord for the homies? No. Because most of the time, you're just trying to take the glory or you're trying to just take other info, spread it. It's people who want to be a leader without responsibility. It's the same shit I've seen. But do your thing. I don't care, but get away from me. That's all. I'm not going to tolerate it. You guys are free to do whatever you want. Don't worry about me. But that's why it's like, don't try to be involved in my life or my community. That's all. We don't want to be involved with you. If that's the case, if that's the route you want to go. It's very simple. Like, there's a lot of people that came across me. I taught them a lot of things, then they made money and became successful. And instead of sharing that and exposing them to what changed their life, they chose instead to become the middleman. And instead of sharing the info freely as it was to them, they become the fucking gatekeeper. And there you have it. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying is that most of the time it's going to be up to you, but, you know, you guys got to choose what you want, and I know what I'm here for. And the ones who have and understand it, they're cashing in, bro. And then the other ones are just trying to cash in off other people. So make up your mind. Tesla India office is refunding early bookers of its Model 3. What? Tesla's refunding India orders. Bloomberg report coming out now. Amen, bro. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want you guys to win. And those of you who locked in and support, bro, and y'all pay attention, and you spend we're going to fucking win, dude. And you guys should deserve it. You know what I'm saying? You should get the jump. You should have the info. You should get the reward. You guys want to help yourself, bro? Watch. But then again, let's get you a crib too. Make no mistake. We're not one-faceted. And there's many ways to do this. Again, we've made a lot of millionaires. And it's not just through stocks, you know? It was that combination. You know what I'm saying? Stocks, real estate, back to stocks. Boom, you get security. Now you're trading better. You see what I'm saying? You got the money coming in. You have assets. We build it up, bro. So that's why I'm saying just keep that in mind. Watch the watch list. So every night I do a watch list beyond all of this, and then go to the description of this video. There's key tutorials on options, pricing options, and starting a long term. Those right there will get you on up to speed. And then, bro, you stay daily on the watch list every day. I think it'd be hard to fall behind, to be honest. And then the other challenge will just be how much time you could commit while on the stream, because then that brings in the element of the live plays as they occur in the news. I can confirm our FBI agents arrested Judge Dugan, AG Bondi. Yeah, Watchlist is on this channel now, but it's only members only. Credit score is not as important as you think, but it does play into the approval. But it's not that big of a deal. Like, you could have an 800 credit score versus like a 600, but if you don't have income, it doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying? The real thing for a loan and approval for a home loan is your debt to income. That is it, usually. Credit score isn't really as important, as wild as that may sound, because everyone tells you credit, credit, credit. Surprisingly, credit affects you more for a vehicle. So vehicle, you have tier 1 credit, you're saving a lot on interest on a vehicle. If you don't, you're paying a lot more, and it can have a 20, 30, 40% payment difference. But if you have bad credit for real estate, you'll get a higher rate, but there's other factors that factor into it that are more decisive for giving you the loan and what you're going to pay and all that. A good question. Nah, vehicles, dude, if you have good credit, like, dude, I'm not going to lie to you. If I want to put on credit, I'll get 0. When I bought the Lambo, you guys, I bought the Lambo on a loan. You know why? Because Lamborghini Financial gave me a 0% loan. Or I think it was like 0.5% or something at the time. It was something ridiculous. I even had another guy for cars, and he told me to take it. He said, don't. He said he's never seen Lambo give that. That was during 2020, though. But that was 0%. Or half. I paid nothing in interest. And then again, like if I go to any like Volkswagen, like any like general car company, Ford, GM, they'll give me like 1%, maybe 0. If you have like tier 1 top tier credit, they'll give you for cars, you'll actually get a really good deal. But if you have bad credit, they'll fucking wreck you. But houses, it's not the same. Minimum debt to income, well, you'll get whatever, but the max they will approve you is 60-40. So you will only be able to get 60% debt for what you make. So if you make $10,000 in a month, the max amount of financial obligations you could have would be $6,000. So whether that's your car payment, student loans, and the mortgage together. But that's your max that you are able to borrow under a fixed real estate agreement. Getting a house does increase your credit score, yeah, because it raises your borrowing. So some of you will learn that not the hard way. It's kind of good, but think about it. You're about to take on $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 loan, maybe more. Now your available credit just skyrocketed. So watch, like the guy in here. Where's Carson? I don't know. He just bought one recently this year. There's like 5 other Chads that bought this year. So shout out to you guys. I think more. But it's like, if you, what was it? What was I going to say? What was I just talking about? I blanked. I saw a headline. I saw the Tesla thing flash again. ARRY. I just blanked so hard. Oh, yeah, your credit going up with the house. Yeah. So, like, imagine you only had, like, let's say your max credit line right now is $20K, right? $30K. You're 20 years old, 23 years old, 25, right? And your max credit line is $30K. You go and get a $200,000, $300,000 house, your now max credit line is legitimately $300,000. So now the credit agencies, they're going to see that and be like, holy shit, this guy has a credit availability of $300,000. So now you just went from having $30,000 to $300,000. So yeah, your credit's going to skyrocket up. And then when you pay off the house or sell it, your credit will go down. Yeah, it jumps a lot. Watch, your credit's going to, when you pay it, or if you ever sell that house, your credit's going to go down and you're going to be like, what? It's because now your available debt went down. No, credit score makes sense. It's just like, you just have to know how it works. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's what they value. They value credit availability. That's why the credit goes higher or lower on that. Because they're like, whoa, someone just gave you $300,000? That means you're probably a good borrower. So your score goes up. But now that you lower that and then $300,000 goes away, they're like, oh, well, no one's willing to let you borrow that much. And now you're using this much of your available credit. Now your score goes lower. Oh, Dylan Dorsey. I heard he got a good long term, too. Thank you, baby. Oh, yeah. But yeah, man. Do it, bro. Telling you. Anybody, you got a long term. If you got that model long term, bro, even the 20K one, like, for real, my brother, please be shopping for a house every day. Again, email me your long term and what state you're in. I'll even have the fucking agent ready to go for you. You can make the co-agent do whatever you want. Not really, but kinda. But the point is, I don't want you unprepared. But look, if I was telling you all of this all year, and then all of a sudden it goes down, you lost 10, 20%. And now you're back up to 26K, bro. So, you're ready. If you have a job too, you're really ready. But, and like I'm saying, I don't mean this like randomly. We're not just going to buy anything, and I'll let you guys know, but we want to fight. If we're not looking, if we're not shopping like we're ready to go, you're going to lag, dude. Believe me, there's people here. I've been saying this since 2018, 2019, $50,000, $60,000 houses. If you don't look every day, you don't make it a habit, you're just going to give up, okay? That's why I'm saying, let me remind you again, and then you're hitting a new high. Oh, I had the equal weights coming up, but everything's right except SPY and NASDAQ. 55.05, but you avoided that. This is good. You didn't get to there and are keep going up. Still slow, though, but NASDAQ doing very good. Carson, there he is. Yeah, that's all you got to do, man. Get in the process. But I don't know if recent events slowed you down or not, but, like, don't. Every day you need to be, if you want a house and you know that's part of your long-term plan and mission, every day we got to be hunting. There's no reason not to. While you're on the treadmill, while you're taking a shit, there's 30 minutes, an hour window you could find to look every day. Make a list, go get prepared, Be in touch with the agent, go get pre-approved. You see what I'm saying? You could do all of this stuff in advance and be ready and looking and hunting rather than just sitting there thinking that a house is going to fall in your lap. Yo, they don't feel me. Yeah, VIX, I said it yesterday. Yesterday's VIX close, that was the lowest since Liberation Day. I don't know if SMMT is. Found a multifamily. Can you send it to me? Yeah. I'll let you know if it's a good deal or not. Because that's what I said. Homeboy sent me one the other day, and it was off-market, good deal. He did it. The only problem was that the price they wanted was a little higher. But I told him, I was like, it's a fair price. So if you have a deal you're ready to jump on, I could just tell you if I think it's a good price. Because you don't want to buy the most expensive house in the last 3 months. At least 3 months, especially in this type of market. But then again, different areas bring different values as well. Tesla and NVIDIA. Trainingfraternity@gmail.com. You have no debt and no income, but a bunch of cash and 3 properties? This sounds so sketchy, or it's either going to be a cool story. What do you mean, no income and 3 houses and a bunch of... Who did you kill? Are you on the run? Are you what? Well, either way, congratulations if you didn't hurt anybody. Walter White. But, yeah, tradingfraternity@gmail.com. I saw that Fallbrook house. It's a good deal. I don't think I got back to you on that. I was looking into it. It's a good deal, but it's going to be a bidding war. It's worth $700. So if the offer's at $4, I think they're trying to see. So I would contact, but see if they're not like... I think they're operating weird. And, are you ready? I'm going to be dead serious with you. That deal, you could steal it if you really wanted to. I'm not going to. But I could just tell how it was written, that it was from a wholesaler, and they don't have it on lock. I could just tell. And they didn't disclose that details. But it's worth, if you could get it at $500, it's a $200,000 of equity for that Fallbrook one that you emailed me. I'm not going to steal it. You go talk to the homeowner. Or talk to the wholesaler and ask him what the assignment fee is, but they're trying to get like a weird bidding war. So the house is there. It has an opportunity, and he got the guy to agree somewhere. But it's there. No, just the way they worded the assignment, I could tell that they're kind of odd about it. But then that's what I'm saying. Like, usually if they get weird, I usually only contact the homeowner if the wholesaler is like illegitimate. So like I've had one where the guy was trying to scam the homeowner, and I just called the homeowner and I said, hey, here's the deal. And they ended up not selling it to anybody and that was a good move. But I would go talk to whoever sent it to you, ask them what the assignment fee is, ask them what they are charging. Say, what do you have it at? I need to know. Say, I'm not trying to get into a bidding war. I could go see the property today and I'll buy it, but I need to know the premium and I need to see for repairs. That's it. And see what he's charging, and you'll find out how big of a gap it is. So if he's only charging $10K, $15K, it's worth it. If he wants 50, 100, he's a scammer. And then you could probably take the deal, because at that rate, he's trying to take 20% from the homeowner without adding anything. You see what I'm saying? That way you could go to the homeowner and tell him a real legitimate deal. Let's go, baby. You posted it too, man. I love it. Thank you. You deserve it, baby. Let's go. Yeah, and the video was, I had it up there. I have 2 Teslas. I switched it. But yeah, a few months ago. Nice. They paid closing, new roof. What? And you a vet, baby. Good shit. That's awesome. No. Don't contact the seller. Again, my first course of action is not to snake a deal. Do you understand? I would only go to the homeowner if they are scamming the homeowner. Do you understand? Make no mistake. Because like I said, if it's only a $10K premium, the guy it's easier to pay the guy than not. But if he's trying to gyp the homeowner and then sell it and make all this money for nothing, then and again, just taking the profit of the homeowner, then no. Then you could contact the homeowner. Just contact whoever sent you the deal and ask them what the assignment fee is. You don't need any info from the seller. Why are you not listening, brother? So you just heard steal and you heard that and you're thinking the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? That's all you're focused on right now. Contact who sent you the deal, the wholesaler, and ask him the assignment fee and what he has the house secured at. That's it. And then we'll go from there. But any other step, you're going outside of the lines. Well, usually if it goes more than comps, that's bad, but seller financing is good. So it could be interesting because then that way, if they seller finance it to you, you could still get an FHA loan down the line. You could still get another house and other stuff, and it won't be on your credit. In Birmingham, I think we got an agent out there. Just send me an email with the zip code and I'll forward it to the guys. I'd be interested in it, but the deal it already looks messy. So if it's easy and cheap, but I just know it's worth that house minimum in good condition is worth $700,000. And you said 500 something, or that's what I saw. That's what the vibe I was getting was 5 something. So there's $200,000 of equity. So that's it. That's where I'm at now. But if it's scammy, if it takes a lot of work, all that, I'm not gonna. That's what I'm saying. I don't chase the shit. If it's easy and it makes sense, all the numbers check out, easy. But if not, like I'm saying, you don't want to waste time and money or get caught up in it. We do got Pittsburgh, yes. Yes, sir. Where my boy at? Oh, what's his name? Kyle. Yeah. We got a great agent in Pittsburgh, actually. Chat agent, find you a home. Can I send it? Yeah, I would prefer that you do. Even if you have a Chad agent and you're going to buy a house, send it to me. So I could at least give you a third-party opinion on what I think the value is. You see what I'm saying? Because I want you guys, I want equity building. I'm trying to teach you what I did. Because when I bought my first house, this is what I was thinking about. You know, it's not like I do have rentals now where I just cash flow. But when I was first buying property, bro, equity, you know, and you want to think about equity. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't want you guys to just buy and FOMO a random ass house and then you have a repair or something happens and then now you have negative equity. Fuck that. No, I want the deals where, like, that's what I'm saying. You guys are saving. You're working hard. You're applying it to investments in the long term, right? You are already showed discipline. You have already been faithful and have grown your money and savings in the right way. So now we got to double it up. And how we're going to do that is in a safe way, real estate, right? But it's not going to be by the same logic we did to build. We have to do that with real estate now. We're not going to just buy anything, top ticket. We need to make sure it's, because if you make your money on the buy, you get it at a good price. You could either flip it, hold it, rent it. You could do God knows what. But equity building is what's going to get us there. Equity building is what's going to make a lot of you guys happy. And equity building is exactly how I went from little Egyptian boy to multimillionaire, because I was able to turn 10, 20, 50,000 into 200, $500,000 loans, and then you parlay it, and then you keep going, and then you just, again, I've been doing it for decades now. So that's how it's going to be, and that's why I'm saying some of you guys, this little savings, even if you worked at McDonald's, $30K, you got $20K in that long term, bro. We turn it to the right property deal, God willing, and then in a year or two, that could turn into 6 figures or more. And then now we're playing with big money. And now before you know it, your savings and everything, it's starting to get into way bigger figures you could have ever made working. And that's exactly what we want. And that's what happens through equity. Woo! So yeah, that's how I did it. You know, like I'm saying, I was doing these small down payment loans, get the house, but then again, that's how $9,000 could turn into 50, 100. You are kind of flushing. Chancellor Reeves, I met with Besant today to discuss U.S. deal. That was literally 2 minutes ago on the candle, but I don't know if that's why we're going down. So Chancellor Reeves did meet with Besant. And then Gasparino tweet on marijuana news. I think it's old. There was the news on India Tesla orders. I think we have Atlanta. We should. No, actually, I don't think we do. Because I got mad. I was like, how do we not have anybody in Atlanta? Atlanta is so big. Because I remember we had a deal this year I sent to one of the Chads. We have Phoenix. I got a good guy in Phoenix. I have an agent in Phoenix, but I'm scared because he might tell you about daily options. So he's an option trader too. But he's a good agent. So that's it. Atlanta's ghetto. I mean, my brother, your profile picture is your truck. So do not judge anybody, okay? I'm just saying. I like cars and trucks too, but you don't need to just don't be careful. It might come back at you. That's what happens. You have 3. You think now is a levered time? Didn't you ask me this before? I think you did. The answer is not going to change. You lever it when you find a good deal. So I wouldn't go out of my way and lever properties for like a 5% cash flow. Stupid, right? Because your interest and everything right now. But if you found an off market and it's like 20% off, like that house I was just saying, if it really is $500,000 out the door, it's worth $900,000. You lever, buy it, go flip it, and then pay off your loan, and then there you go. That's what I would do. But I would not take a good position and don't risk a good thing to get something that you don't really need. And if the property isn't a good deal, you don't need it. I don't think it's worth your equity. That's for real. Baidu, new AI model, 50% cheaper than DeepSeek. Oh. Baidu option chain is terrible, though. Baidu, DeepSeek. Okay. I grabbed a small one, but for next week, just in case people react to that over the weekend. Oh, yeah, the plays are only up 10%. Yeah, okay, now they just doubled. I was going to say, that premium wasn't bad. Yeah. It's doubled on the ask. Be very careful. I'm even sending the stream alert because by the time it didn't double when I sent the alert. That's why I'm like, be careful. I kept this small though, only about a couple. Baidu. We have this one in the long term. But I did next week. You could have made some on the day. Yeah, it's already coming down. Watch it. Baidu does. That's what I'm saying. Baidu is fucking annoying. I love it though. Tesla, there's a couple of headlines, but in general, they were just melting up off of good news. Yeah, pizza is on the high. You're welcome. But I'm telling you, when I give out the prices, though, it does fuck shit up. So, but yeah, that one's calmed on that one. But it doubled by the time. I just didn't want you guys to market order that bitch. Oh, a firm? I said maybe we do it on Monday. I want to try something one day. I think we are early on it. But I want to try something. Well, remind me on Monday. On Monday, I want to call out a bunch of plays. Okay? I want to have one day. I want to have one day where I call out plays, but I don't take them. I want to see what happens. Does that make sense? I want to see. I want to tell you exactly what I would do, but then I'm not going to do it. But I will stream alert it and I'll tell everybody, and I just want to see how they perform. Because I want to test something. You really think they're onto you? Yeah. Bro, I've hit amazing. Like, I would be on to me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm even telling you, bro, even Lending Tips is confused. Even he's asking me, he's like, are you sure you don't work for Trump? And I'm like, nah, man, I just paid attention in class. But it's not a bad thing. I don't care. Like, it's not. I'm just saying, just be careful. Because, and I'm not talking like, I'm learning. So even if I don't think even being tracked is a bad thing. I just want to learn how to make it worse for them. That's all. I'm telling you, I figured it out. Even with some of the other ones, if you give me an opportunity to add pain, I'll do it. Not to my people, but to the market maker. So if I'm down. Just don't teach me anything. That will be, I learn fast. No, well, we'll see. I want to see, though. Oh, shit. I didn't even realize. Look at the time, you guys. Well, Chattadonia, you guys ready to win some money? We're going to have a game. You have to listen to my Jesus talk first, though. Haha, I know. But honestly, man, thank you to all of you, bro. For real. I should probably say this when we start, but very grateful, man. And, I hope even this week I've been kind of nice. I've tried to give y'all the grace I wish I would receive, But at the end of the day, man, I'm very grateful. Those of you who make this community a nice place, bro. I love doing this, and I love being here. So to be around people that I enjoy and like, it's amazing, bro. So really, really do appreciate it. And if that's not you, I mean, God bless you, but fuck you as well. Because at this point, I don't know. I think there's a very big difference, and you can see it, man. So it's great. It's great. But we are going to move to the philo. So we're going to play a game today. However, we are going to talk about Jesus first. So if you don't want to hear Jesus stuff, don't buy a membership. Don't be there. Okay? But at the end of the day, if you do want to be there, if you want to play, if you want to hear it, man, or you don't want to miss anything, we will be members only here for a couple of hours, okay? So there is the link. Everybody else, thank you for your time, and please get a long term. That is the way, baby. That is the way. Yeah, they're recirculating the Baidu. Same price. All right. All righty. All right.